This is the
Third time's a charm.
podcast.
I'm awesome! Team Awesome!
All right.
Awesome Life Podcast,
You
episode 115. I'm Mr. Phoenix.
here with Chili, and who do we have today?
My name is Brendan Boss.
Hey, welcome, boss.
This is boss shit only.
Yeah,
boss
boss
shit
shit
only,
only.
man.
You know what
Okay,
I'm saying?
okay.
Word, man. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Who are you? Where are you
Yeah,
from?
just a quick rundown.
Who am I? Shit. Well, I'm from Houston and I've been here for about like 3 years now.
H-Town.
Three-
Okay,
3
okay.
years in
H-Town.
June. Yeah, man. I'm just a typical kid who loves his outdoor shit. You know what I mean?
What
Okay.
brought you to the Springs?
Marijuana. no.
Common theme.
No,
Common
no,
theme.
no. I had a buddy that was
I'm
out
telling the
here.
tone. I'm narking on you.
Yeah, that's all right. No, I had a buddy that was out here, and his dad lives out here. So
Okay.
once he got out here, he was like, "Yeah, man, you got to make the transition." So one weekend, I was like, "Fuck it," and just pack up all my stuff and head on out.
There you go, man. Well, welcome. So you started with us at the dealership.
Yeah,
How's it going so far? How do you like it?
it's a lot, man. I mean, it's cool. It's really cool, but yeah, I love it. I love being in front of the people. And I love like all the new technology and stuff, like playing with the new
This
cars.
is my protege right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Avery's my mentor right now.
Hey,
so
no, you're learning from one of the best.
no, that's what I've heard. Seriously, that's
Yeah,
what I've heard.
The people at our store forget, who I am.
That's
they
that,
do,
yeah,
they do,
that's
they do.
that.
Well, you need to remind them as
I
well.
need. I
yeah.
am.
You,
It's
need,
good to-
you need to remind them.
It's good
for
to stay
sure.
humble. It's good to stay humble.
It is. It is. As far as what you've learned so far, so
Oh,
you're
man.
about to get on the floor
Yeah.
a couple days or so.
Yeah. What about
What do you think your biggest strength is going to be, and
Oh.
what are you most afraid about?
base strength? I think it's gonna be just me being myself. Personable.
Making a friend.
Yeah, making a friend.
That's all it's all about.
He's pretty relaxed, almost too relaxed. The other day, you said something to the effect of like, "Yeah, it's like fucking awesome." I'm like, bro, and he caught himself. He's like, "Oh shit, I probably shouldn't have said that."
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
chill with the cussing, but
my thing is too. Whenever someone's telling me like, I'm like always in that positive zone,
Yeah.
at work and stuff. So whenever someone like tells me something really negative, I'm like, "Oh, dude, sweet, like that's awesome." And I'm like, "Oh wait, that's not so awesome. Like, I'm so sorry your mom just passed away, bro."
Oh, yeah, you
Like,
gotta-
dude,
Yo,
I'm a
you're-
little too artificial. That's
Yeah.
why I think I just need to relax a little
yeah,
bit.
you need to chill out. Just
Yeah,
chill. Pill,
I
bro.
feel like once the 3 months is gone, I mean, we're gonna be solid.
You're gonna be cooking.
Cooking,
You're gonna
sure,
be cooking.
sure.
For sure.
I
gonna
love that
share
they
this
give you
real
guys
quick.
like a solid guarantee, so you don't have like
You're not just drowning.
commission breath,
Mhm.
because commission breath is serious.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I really, my first year, I mean, yeah, learning the business first. Paychecks important, and hitting your points and your gross is important. But as long as I can hit my marks and not go too far off that, like I don't sell too much, I think I'll be all right.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right, and I'm making it my mission to make sure you're successful when
Appreciate
you come to the floor.
Yeah,
I want you to outperform the other trainees that
when-
Yeah.
are in the mentor
Definitely.
program.
Yeah.
What I'd recommend is when you get out there, bro, just get in front of as many people as possible and turn them.
And that's my
over to
favorite
him.
thing too. And that's what we've been doing. That if I can churn them and burn them to Avery, then we're gonna sell 20 cars, 25 cars, and
True.
hopefully take on.
Yeah,
Dorsey.
True, man. Hey,
Yeah.
let,
Take on
Ah,
Dorsey a little bit.
I'm not.
Nah,
What's
bro,
funny-
Hold
confidence
on,
is key.
dude.
Confidence is key.
It's so funny because my
Come
first month in car business, just off the grip, I sold 10 cars, and I remember Trevor was congratulating me and how and we had a couple drinks, and I was like, let Dorsey know I'm coming, and he's like, humble yourself, you'll never touch Dorsey. he was right, but
I've only beat that man. Well, I beat him a couple times actually, but there's only been one time I got what was that? What's the word? Chairman of the
Chairman,
board.
yeah,
Oh,
only
he's
got
Dude,
one.
you got so many awards, man.
Yeah, they
You
don't
got
matter
so
no
many
more.
awards.
They old.
Look at Ian's trophy case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, that's a
he
little
he
different.
throws them out. That's
Yeah.
They don't
Anything
gotta- they
that's
don't-
not chairman, he's like, get this shit.
yeah.
out of my
It's not
face.
it's not worth it to him.
See.
So what do you do for fun? What's your
Oh, I don't know.
besides be with your lovely
yeah, my
lady that's
significant
sitting
on the-
other, she's so
sitting on the
What's up?
couch?
Hello,
Yeah.
hello.
yeah. Oh no, I love being outdoors. Obviously, our job consumes most of our life, but if I got any opportunity, I picked up downhill mountain biking.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
got a full suspension bike, and I like to go out there, shred it on the open trails and stuff.
You go down mountains and shit.
You know,
Yeah.
not that extreme yet, but we're still at amateur hours. You know what I
Okay,
mean? Still
okay.
at amateur hours.
So just a word of advice, Nicole. She's not in view, but she's right over here. The car business is a succubus, and it will take his time, but he'll make a lot of money and he'll buy you things. Just be
That's-
okay. You won't have a lot of his time,
No,
but
she's
you'll have a
open
lot
to
of
it.
things.
I don't know about that. You still got 2 days off.
I
and you
know,
got-
I know, I know, I
you
know,
know.
I know.
The only thing is that the days I do have off, she teaches Pilates. So yeah,
That's all right. Well,
yeah.
y'all figure it out.
No, that's my. And
There
vice,
you go.
And vice
Yeah,
versa.
You got yourself a good
War-
one.
warms my heart.
Dude, I
just hearing
tell
it.
everyone all the time. I show them my wallpaper. I'm like, yeah,
There you
already
go.
married. I got lucky, bro.
That's
I got
good.
real
That's
lucky.
good, and you're young too. So
Yeah.
word, man. All right. Well, what's something you want to do before you croak? What's a bucket list item?
Man, I was thinking about this. I want to own my own race team one day. That's like a for
Okay.
sure thing that I really really want to do in life.
So race team.
actually.
Elaborate.
I
Like
don't know,
horses.
like the hill climb. I think the hill climb would be a fun
Okay.
little accomplishment to do.
The
Pikes
Pikes
Peak
Peak
Hill
Hill
climb?
Yeah, it doesn't take too much either.
Dude,
I
that's
mean,
a
Ford,
big event.
Ford won that event. Like what was it? A Lightning that won it?
Or was
the
it
last
that
two-
Mach-E?
Was
I
it a
think it was
Mach-E?
a
or-
Mach-E.
I think it was a Mach-E.
It was an
Okay.
electric like van.
that
thing.
like super
Coulda sworn it
tricked
wa-
out Mach-E.
I thought it was a Lightning.
It might have been.
I thought it was
Yeah.
a transit. I thought it was a super loaded
No,
transit.
2 years in a row, there's a Lightning that
Lightning?
won it.
Dude, a Lightning
So-
would be a cool build. I don't know much
Well-
about all the battery stuff, but that instant torque is insane.
It is. It is like 800 pounds of torque.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
pretty beast. Okay, so you want to start a race team?
Yeah, I want to start.
Do
racing.
you want
I
to?
like
Do you want?
that.
Do you have another one you want to add to the list?
Oh, as far as the
things-
bucket list, shoot, man, we've been over this a good amount.
Yeah, just another one. You don't just have the same one. You have.
yeah.
Monaco would be cool. That's another bucket
Monaco.
list of mine.
You know, for the longest, we had like this running thing of whoever we had as a guest, like Japan.
Japan.
Yeah.
Japan.
Oh yeah.
Japan, that's one of her favorites.
Yeah.
I mean, Japan's
Yeah,
a pretty good one.
That's
to take
up
out
there
on
for
too.
sure.
Cherry blossom season. Come
Yeah,
on,
that's
man.
exactly why.
Come on,
That's
man.
what we
Go
do
hit all
it.
the Toyotas.
That's what we do it for.
Yeah, man.
I'd say this. I want to own 7-figure home.
Oh, nice.
I got a 6. I got a
Nice.
6, but I want a 7.
7-figure home.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's on its way.
We got some things in the works.
Yep.
We'll make it happen. Might take a little while, but we'll get it
Anything
done.
for you, Phoenix?
You know, I love the ocean, and I want a house on the water and a boat, so that I can
That'd be sick.
fish whenever I want. And ocean, like ocean. Not I don't
fishing, yeah.
fuck that
Deep
that
sea?
lake
Creek.
shit. Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Bringing up some 400-pound tuna.
yeah, something like
Oh,
that.
dude,
yeah.
you'd
yeah.
make bank if you
Oh,
ate
yeah.
a cop of
Dude,
tuna.
they
Yeah.
pay for some
Shoot,
tuna.
the biggest tuna I ever caught was only like 40 pounds, and that's
Really?
good eating
Still,
right there. That's
I've never caught a tuna, so
Yeah.
fuck it.
yeah, it's a good little fight.
All right, bro. So you watch sports. What sports do you watch?
Yeah, a lot of college football. A lot of
Who's your team again?
LSU.
Yeah,
Yeah, go Tigers, baby.
fair enough.
LSU.
Go Tigers.
I'm not mad about it.
Go
I'm
Tigers.
not
He's a
thrilled.
Joe Burrow
I'm not
glazer.
thrilled.
I'm not,
Yeah.
dude.
He's a Joe
I'm
Burrow
not.
glazer.
I've been there since day one.
He
so
has
I
he
dare
has
you.
he has a poster on his wall, doesn't he? Of Joe Burrow.
Hey, how many rings he got?
None.
No.
Almost one.
Almost one.
one. Mahomes almost got
Hey,
5. So
hey, he's been there,
Are
so I
you-
gotta.
Not
That's
almost,
why
but-
that's why there's a Chiefs poster hitting right behind me. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you're
yeah,
that's
damn
so
right.
sad, Chili. I'm so sorry.
Hey,
Don't be
gotta-
sorry.
You don't
Don't
gotta
get-
apologize for shit, bro.
One of the most
I used
successful
to-
franchises in recent
I
years.
used to dream, bro. I used to pray for these times, man. Don't get me wrong; it sucks getting blown out in the Super Bowl, but I've got to see them win 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I think
you got to see him get there 5 times.
yeah,
I think
So-
I'm just a certified hater, just being based off of Houston and Cincinnati.
that's fine. I mean, Houston doesn't have as much of a reason to hate. Cincinnati, I mean, bro,
That's
they-
Burrowhead for sure.
Yeah, well,
That's
yeah.
always
Oh,
Burrowhead.
okay. Yeah. See, what's funny is they They won that game in overtime. I'll give it to you. And then we stomped their ass out in overtime and actually won the Super Bowl when we went there too.
Yeah,
So
that's
remember
true.
that. If Burrow has one, then Mahomes got 5. So
I feel like Burrow's the new Drew Brees. He's gonna get his one, and then like it'll be a good career
dude,
after that.
he's a good quarterback, man.
Yeah, he just needs a line, bro.
a line in a
He's-
And
defense.
a
he's-
defense. Oh
he's-
my God, they
He's
invested
number
this year.
4 on my list.
I mean,
He's probably top 5.
if his line gives him more time to think, and that
I-
defense doesn't.
Yeah,
Patrick
that's-
Mahomes, Lamar
no.
Jackson, Josh Allen, Burrow, and I forgot who I thought. Jalen Hurts is 5th as of right now.
Yeah, I'd put Hurts.
Yeah,
fifth, too.
yeah.
Solid list. I'd switch Allen
for
with
Lamar, even
yeah.
though Lamar's stats are better, more MVPs.
Yup.
You know, feel me?
Y'all think JD's gonna get one?
He might, bro. Legitimately.
Oh,
he
Jaden
might,
Daniels.
Yeah.
I like.
I'm a
I like
fan
him.
of him.
Yeah.
He's like what he did his rookie season was
It's impressive.
Yeah,
insane.
it's insane. And they just picked up Debo too.
and they just picked up Debo.
Wait, Debo Samuel?
He's a commander.
Mhm.
I did
Yeah.
not. How did I not know this?
That was a little while
Mhm.
ago.
Pickens to Dallas. I hate Dallas, but
Bro, George
Don't work
Pickens,
deals with
he-
TD then.
He's
I just played. Shout out to TD.
yeah,
Pickens is a hothead.
yeah.
TD
I need my
TD
TOs, TD. Come on.
TD doesn't have any faith in his team right now either.
Bro.
I tried to bet him who would have more wins, Dolphins or Cowboys, and he wouldn't take that bet.
Huh.
That's
Yeah,
that's
I
how.
don't blame him.
Lions fan over here.
Oh,
Times are up.
Yeah,
Times are up for sure.
yeah. Her and
little-
Datone are one and the same.
Yeah, a little disappointing as far as
they should have went to.
Oh,
they
Yeah.
should have gone to the
Yeah.
conference champion at least.
No, I'm talking about the year before that.
Yeah, the year
That-
before.
That would have been good. That would have been a better Super Bowl.
Yo, who's I'm just saying this. Who's Renaissance Fitness?
That's Julio Fulio.
Oh, okay, all right. Blazing Tom Brady. I don't give a fuck
course.
about Tom Brady. All right, we'll keep it going. So who actually?
It's on me. It's on me. All right. So we went from bucket list. Oh, we skipped something. But we'll circle back. We'll double back. I'm gonna show you how I double back.
Double back with me.
Who's your GOAT athlete?
Ooh, goat
Doesn't have
athlete.
to be football. Doesn't have to be basketball. GOAT
You can
athlete.
as well.
Goat athlete.
Well, you,
I have to go. Who's that guy that also he did UFC and wrestling? I'm forgetting his name right now. That boy's a dog.
Cormier?
No, big blonde dude.
Big blonde dude.
Big blonde dude.
He did UFC and wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of UFC guys do wrestling.
Excellent.
Do they?
Big
All
blonde.
right,
dude.
then we'll skip that. We'll go.
This is your GOAT, and you don't even know his name.
Fuck, I was talking about him today. I gotta go fucking Brady, bro. His mentality is just
That's
different.
that's
It's
What,
just different.
athlete. But we're talking athlete. We're not.
I
talking,
mean,
that's
that-
fucking,
I'm not saying like the most athletic. I mean, he plays a sport.
You're saying,
He's
okay,
an
but you're saying
athlete.
Athlete.
Simone
Yeah,
Biles?
GOAT athlete. That
So
means
you
I'm
think
saying
athletics.
I'm not saying. So when let me.
As far as
What's this
football
dude's
players,
name?
he's probably not even top 20.
We're not talking about GOAT athleticism. We're talking. He is an athlete. Is he not an athlete?
Yeah, he's an
Okay,
athlete.
GOAT athlete.
This
That's
dude.
real simple.
Oh, Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar's a
He's not.
dog,
He's not
dude.
He's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT, and he hasn't fought in
Dog.
8
No,
years.
no. I don't know. I have a
Dog.
couple goats. Like I could say like Max Verstappen's one of the goats that I like.
Who the fuck is that?
You don't know Max Verstappen? He's like one of like the best Formula One drivers out right now.
Oh, fair enough.
okay.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
the
yeah.
sport.
That
like,
takes a lot of
like
reflexes.
4-time row in a row. I mean, like I don't know. Tom Brady's mentality is just different. You know, I love fucking Burrow. Burrow's one of my good athletes.
For sure.
There's
man,
just
I-
like it's such an
I was,
objective topic.
I was
you know?
thinking fucking.
Just pure athleticism.
Yeah,
athleticism?
give me a prime Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Absolutely.
It's like a running
Because
back
boxing
and
in
a fighter
itself
right there.
is already again not just mental, but way physical, offense, defense, and
Yeah.
he's savage.
He was. He
Mike
was.
Tyson. Mike Tyson. Okay.
If you're going off athleticism, it has to be Braun. for
Ron.
me. Has to
Yeah,
be
I mean,
Braun.
that's.
But
fair.
if we're talking about like goats, like I'm torn between like Michael Phelps and Floyd Mayweather.
Damn. Okay.
Those that's
boxing is a very tough sport.
What's
yeah,
the?
I mean,
It's like, give me Wayne
undefeated.
Gretzky too.
I-
Hockey's super tough,
Tough.
as well.
I'm just saying, like Mayweather's undefeated. He, obviously his fights weren't as entertaining because he pointed the fuck at everybody.
Correct.
But that's part of the game. The game's not,
Sure.
who punches the hardest.
Yeah.
It's, who outscores the opponent. And
Sure.
he learned how to guard his chin with his,
Sure.
shoulder. And
Sure. Again, he was good
that's
at what
it.
he did for sure.
I feel like it's just an objective question, There's
And
so
it
many.
is, it
There's
is.
so many like fucking good athletes out
It
there,
is. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean,
It
I'll give it
is.
to Mahomes, bro. He's got an arm. I mean, I've never seen someone launch the ball across the body
He's
like
he's
that,
almost
you
the
know?
Steph Curry, I feel. Of
Yeah. What's the MJ LeBron debate looking like over here?
I mean, you already know. Got Goat James over there. I'm
Big
gonna get the Goat
James.
mask. I'm gonna have to get the Goat mask. bro.
I'm not.
He-
I
he-
don't care as much as a lot
Yeah,
of people do.
it's
Well,
two
some
different
people are so
eras.
like. Some people are just like so high strung. I'll take MJ, but at the same time, I don't know, bro. LeBron went to 8 straight finals,
True.
and
True.
They're gonna be
you-
like, oh, he only won 3, in those 8.
and there's a lot of debate back and forth, but LeBron has longevity. He has points.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, the longevity. is what does it
He's
for me,
top.
LeBron.
He's a number 1 in scoring, and he's top 3 in assists.
sure.
Yeah.
But
And you know what the haters will say? Oh, he's got the most missed shots in the history of basketball. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
played longer than
Sure.
everyone else. So
Haters say it's fake.
and on the flip
it
side
didn't
of that,
happen.
MJ has efficiency.
Yes,
I
he
mean,
does.
6 for 6.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'd lean.
He owns the
I'd
90s.
lean MJ, but I think the LeBron hate is kind of wild.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I don't care if you pick MJ over LeBron. I'm cool with that. It's the people that say Jordan's the GOAT, but then say LeBron's not even top 5. He's not. He's not top 10. Skip
Yes.
Bayless doesn't even have him in his
Those
top
people are
10.
delusional.
Yeah,
That's
so
just
like
pure
that.
hating.
That's just hate. That's
If you don't have
I
a
mean,
top 3, you're just pure
yeah.
hating.
yeah.
Just watching LeBron. is
The
witnessing
only-
history,
Only person that I even remotely accept over Jordan. I mean Jordan over LeBron is Kareem. The Kobe argument is not there.
It's different positions.
Yeah, I mean
Not
Kobe.
just that, but
Yeah, Kobe and LeBron.
I think Kobe can be in the conversation, but I think he's looking outside.
I don't even know if he's the GOAT Laker, bro. I don't even know if he's the GOAT Laker.
LeBron?
No,
Kobe?
Kobe.
Although by his logic, technically it
shit.
would be LeBron as well.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
no.
kind of. I mean,
I'm saying the GOAT Laker would be either Kareem or Magic.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean
yeah,
Magic has
same
5,
Magic.
so does Kobe,
That was.
and then Kareem has 6.
Yeah.
With
It
with
probably
and,
would be.
and
at
Kareem
Abdul-Jabbar.
and Kareem had all the records until LeBron broke them, but also Kareem had another championship before he went to LA.
yeah,
Before he changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, his name was Lou Alcindor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Yeah.
Magic Johnson has AIDS. Kobe's not alive. I don't know. We'll keep
Rest
it-
in peace,
we'll-
my
we'll
mans.
keep it going. R.I.P.
Kobe-
Kobe.
anyone in the
shit.
chat right now? I'm still
Yeah,
sending
we
them
got,
out.
we got some guys. Shout out Nick Flo.
Nick to the flow. Got to get you back
Julio.
on. Cool.
Still waiting for Trace though.
All right. Since we
Yeah,
skip
Tracy.
my other question, what's your favorite food? What's your like go to?
Man,
Like
as of recent, my go-to's got to be like a good medium rare steak, like
Okay.
Wagyu beef, bro.
bro, you just eating Wagyu beef like regularly?
Dog,
You don't
you don't
yeah.
Got, you don't got a cap.
You don't got he does. Where are you
Yeah.
getting your Wagyu from?
Ranch Direct, brother, right there on Fillmore.
And what are you paying for that Wagyu?
Dude, cheap, dirt cheap.
Because it's
Yeah.
American Wagyu. It's
It's-
all right.
Yeah, it's called Color Grade.
I'm gonna have to,
so-
I'm gonna have
Dude,
to
it's
go.
so fire.
You just season
It's
salt,
so
nothing
good.
else, or
No, I mean I put my own rub on there, and then also if I'm just feeling plain, I'll just use some sea salt. Yeah.
Did you already hit your
No,
shot?
I was waiting on you.
Oh, let's do it. Where's yours at?
Oh, I got.
Oh, shooties. Oh, this is
So
kinda-
so how before we crash this, how do you cook your steak?
I like my medium rare, and I do
But
it-
like no, but how
yeah,
you what method?
Sometimes reverse here, I'll just slap a cast iron at 500.
Reverse here is the way to go.
Yeah, it
It's
is,
perfect.
yes.
You can't fuck it up.
Let's do it.
Anything's possible. Remember that. We're not sponsored. by them.
Hello.
Oh my god. It never gets old.
I wonder if John Boss is in here.
John Boss. Who's
Wonder
John
if
Boss?
That's big. That's Big Daddy.
Oh,
Oh,
that's your
you
pops?
got your
That's Big
dad on
Daddy.
here.
Oh,
I'm
dude,
gonna have
my
to.
whole
I'm gonna have
fam-
to
my
temper
whole
these
family's
questions
probably in
back.
here. No,
Right.
dude.
Nah,
dude,
dude,
they're-
no,
dude.
just playing, bro.
No, they're cool.
Let's keep it rolling, man.
Yeah.
Cue the shit.
Oh, okay. We're doing it. We're
Yeah.
doing it's time.
It's gonna be a short one that just leads into the next
Okay.
subject, though. Yeah.
My turn. It is. You told me it was my turn.
Where is this shit? 5.
You have now entered the chill zone. All right, man. So
Yeah.
basically, I'm gonna break it down for you. Chill zones, me laying it down, calling out any person, place, thing, just whatever needs to chill out, put it on ice. This week, it's really just a transition because we got that whole gorilla debate, man, and
Still going on.
It's still going on, and people need to chill. All right, it's been a week. But we're still gonna talk
Yeah,
about it. And y'all tripping for thinking the gorilla's getting it passed. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
I-
100
I-
men. The fuck.
So I already had
You-
a couple questions already.
All right,
Okay.
All right.
let's hear it.
In this scenario, is there a certain amount of distance that the gorilla can go? Is there like a cage, like a 1 mile by 1 mile cage that these guys are like trapped in? Like, say they only have 1 mile by 1 mile in the Amazon. in
That's
the
a good
Amazon,
question,
you know
and
what I'm
that's an
saying?
important question. I would say just some kind of enclosure. There's space.
There's gotta be
There's
space.
but there's not
'Cause-
infinite space.
Because if you could overwhelm the gorilla like in a tight quarters, I mean,
Yeah.
where he doesn't have room to like, I guess.
But again, at the same time, you're not just playing on an open field where there's infinite amount of space
Right,
either. So I don't
right.
know the exact dimensions.
Even if it only needs an acre,
Dude,
bro.
they call it guerrilla warfare for a reason.
Th-
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Sure.
what Marshall said too.
You know.
And then Marshall changed his tune. That
Did he switched
yeah,
up?
yeah, he
switched
I'm
up.
gonna add him.
We'll
Should
get
talk-
it.
I
We'll
need to
get it
talk to him
brief.
about his hater ass brother.
Who wins? 100 men or a gorilla, silverback specifically, and why?
I gotta say Silverback. I know I watched the episode and y'all were like, no, maybe not 500 because 600 is a little too big. You get a 600-pound gorilla with air filled in its chest, dude.
That-
you're
that-
done.
That
It's
I mean,
taking
that's the
heads.
that's
A lot
the
of
big,
people are.
that's
and
the
no weapons
lot-
either. You
yeah
said
no
weapons,
yeah
no
can't yeah
weapons.
it's straight hands.
I mean,
Yeah.
these gorilla arms alone are 100 pounds each.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
and if I
They
like,
are.
that would suck to
It's
get
gonna
punched in
it's
the
gonna-
liver.
yeah,
you
it's gonna
know?
get tired.
Bro,
Yeah,
it
but
has
it's
this
true,
strength that equates to like bench pressing 1,200 pounds.
But it can also run
Sure.
away,
Deadlifting-
and hide for a little bit, and come.
It doesn't
back.
need to hide.
No, I don't know
I think
about
they
that.
will.
So again, you got to be under the assumption that the 100 men are willing to die for the cause. Just like 100 men have been
Yeah,
willing
yeah.
to die for all kinds of causes
Yeah,
that
yeah.
are
Doesn't
More
mean
s- more certain
doesn't
death
mean
than a
that-
gorilla.
doesn't mean they don't piss themselves.
okay.
Doesn't mean they're not scared, even though that they're
gorilla's
committed.
scared too.
You're telling me you're
Yeah,
taking-
but-
100 fucking men.
you're
But
gorilla's
ani-
scared
but
too.
but animals fight response is
Yeah,
different
it's
way
way
human.
different.
Okay,
Because
but
they-
the
when
fight
they-
or
they don't-
fight for human.
They don't
You've
have
been in plenty of fights yourself, bro.
They-
they don't, and I scrap them every time.
I-
So
So you got that
so
mind, you
I
got that gorilla
I got that-
mindset.
yeah.
so you know how it is.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not just gonna fucking
Yeah, but we have this thing where we have like complex comprehension of what's going on.
correct.
That's
They
what
don't
our-
they don't
yes,
have that.
yes.
They just react.
And
It's more
that's the-
reactive.
Our thing as humans is that we can craft. That's our biggest thing, is that we can build and we can craft.
I'll
Apes
give you
can't
that.
do that.
I'll give you
So
that.
if we can't craft weapons at like
you-
100 one-on-one
You can
on its turf,
strategize.
you could, but so could the gorilla. It could run off and
No,
think,
no. See, that's where I disagree. You're giving the gorilla way too much credit. The gorilla's not mapping up. It's just pure instinct.
yeah.
Humans, you can
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
But
everyone-
animals do
everyone-
run away too. So you have this. Let's call it a 1 acre box, okay,
Sure.
which isn't that much space, but it can retreat for a little bit. It can, and no human's faster than it.
Yeah,
Not at
that's
its
true.
top speed.
No,
Gorillas
exactly.
don't move like that all the time, though.
I
They
know, but-
Rarely move
So
like
we're
that.
adding Usain Bolt to our 90.
No,
lineup.
no, I'm not adding him. But on another note, if I was going to prepare a team, okay,
So you gotta choose 10.
10 captains And here I'll throw a curveball. What's your strategy on this? Do you want me to go first, or you want to lead the?
I'll take it, and I'll give you credit because you did say it at lunch. You're gonna have some of the regular Joes go out there.
Yes, 90
Ti-
regular
tired.
Joes. They might be our size, maybe smaller.
I'm gonna take 30 of those Joes for sacrifice.
Yeah,
pretty much.
that was my.
Just to tire them out, just to fucking whatever it is, run around. They're dead. I get that they're dead, but we're talking 100 men, and you're giving me a strike team of 10.
10.
So I'm gonna lay it down for you. All
We-
right,
We're gonna have a lot of mutual.
my strike team number 1, easy, John Jones. Give me
Gotcha.
John
Yeah, there you
Jones.
go.
All
That's
right,
that's the
There you go.
goat.
I want
There you go.
Hamzat Chimaev.
I
in
thought
that
about.
battle.
I thought
I
Hamzat.
want Hamzat. Give me Eddie Hall, bro.
Eddie
He
Hall.
weighs 350, and he's not as strong as the gorilla, but he's as close as you can get. All right,
Pretty much.
give me the mountain from Game of Thrones, bro. Yeah, I don't know, I can't pronounce that dude's name, but give me the mountain from Game of Thrones. Give me Francis Ngannou.
Okay,
Aaron
there you
Donald.
go. Aaron Donald.
Give me Diddy, bro, because the gorilla don't want to be touched like that.
Hey, we said
me Diddy.
we said no
Diddy,
weapons, but no one said anything about baby
diddling,
oil.
bro. About
You use
diddling.
baby oil.
Give me Diddy. Give me Draymond Green, bro. After he's already had a couple techs in the playoffs.
Flagrant 2.
Give me Alex Pereira, and then give me Lydian. And we're absolutely cooking, bro. I bet you that 10 alone gets the job done. Let alone give me another
we
fucking
had
90 dudes.
we had a lot in common.
Let's do it.
So here's my logic. I'm throwing 40 regular Joes at him, kind of wearing them down, and then my strike team's going at him. I got John Jones.
Yep.
These are my DPS. These are my damage dealers right here. Okay.
Yeah.
I got John Jones, Francis Ngannou, Alex Pereira, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Those are my damage
Yeah.
dealers.
You got the boxers, man.
Now my
Dude.
tank. Now my tanks are Aaron Donald,
Yep.
James Harrison,
Ooh, that's a good
Nice.
one.
and Ndamukong Suh,
Oh fuck, he'll stomp you out for nothing.
Yeah.
Brian Shaw, who's another. He's like on the same level as Eddie
Sure.
Hall. And Eddie Hall.
Okay.
I think it's happening,
know.
bro.
I mean, bro, that's a lot of just pure man muscle testosterone.
If I take Chili's list versus Phoenix list, I think Chili's got the dub, dude. I
Okay.
really
Thank
think
you,
Chili's
thank
got
you.
the dub.
That-
Well, what
no-
about it? What about it?
The
Is
Mountain-
it Diddy?
Mountain-
Is it Diddy that
Diddy-
gets it done?
Mountain Diddy, yeah. Prime Mike Tyson is insane.
Well, he didn't pick
Well,
Prime
I-
Mike
not for that-
Tyson.
not for that one, not for that
What
one.
the fuck? This motherfucker just
But
had.
I mean, shit, you give me Hamzat Chimaev as far as like wrestling and just pure fuck everybody, kill
yeah.
everybody.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I get you,
I
but
say-
like if you need
He
weight.
says- Wait, yo, Julio
Yeah,
says,
Eddie Hall is a good one.
yo, hold up. Julio says 100 TDs versus a chimp.
I want to see.
Caesar go fuck TD up. All the TD. Nah, bro. Chimps are strong, but they're not that strong.
Bale, yo, shout out Bales.
I want to see Bales.
Bale says humans 100%. And,
Yeah.
and I agree. I just think it's numbers, man.
Bro.
They're not invincible, and will it take a lot?
I will say Google says 100 men would win.
Yeah.
Chat GPT says otherwise.
ChatGPT
It's-
says otherwise, and I
no.
prefer ChatGPT over.
Everyone's
Or
got
Gemini.
preferences.
All right, hold up. You get to choose one more draft pick from the grave. Who you taking?
Parlay Bales.
From the grave,
From the grave.
I guess I would swap out Deontay Wilder for like Muhammad Ali. Or,
You don't have to swap
That
anyone.
was mine.
Just
Oh.
you're adding one. You get 11th from the grave.
it's got to be Muhammad Ali. Just
Yeah.
another puncher,
That's a
another
good one.
pure
Hey,
pure damage dealer, or prime Chuck Norris.
Ooh.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris is
That's a
undefeated, bro.
great one.
Never lost.
That's a great one,
Go ahead.
bro.
Yeah.
Give me Kimbo Slice.
Kimbo.
Oh,
Give me fucking Kimbo
he
Slice.
kind of sucked in. He's kind of sucked in the UFC because his cardio was horrible.
But
But,
and when an absolute savage, bro.
he is. He's absolutely a savage.
You know, this is a street fight, is what it is when it comes down to it.
Yeah. But yeah, that was interesting. Good little
That was a
little.
good topic.
Yeah, that
Little-
was,
little-
that
little
was fun.
spin.
I loved hearing y'all's opinions on that. That was good.
Okay, Awesome Life Locks. Just so you know, it's like a an ongoing bet. We have a rolling bet on the playoffs. Currently, I'm down. He's got 9. I got 7 points. And this next game that's coming up is huge, huge.
Yeah, game 7.
If
Beyond huge.
yeah, it's
It's
the
everything.
difference between me being down 1 and down 4. That's an insurmountable amount to come back from in
It
this
is.
playoff. So
It is, and as far as the locks, I'm looking decent. Game 7,
yeah,
OKC versus Denver.
Who you
in
got?
OKC.
who you got?
Oh, Nuggets, bro.
Fuck
Come on,
that.
all the way.
Uh,
I know the Nuggets are projected for like 35%. I'm really taking that. I really am. OKC, I know they're playing at home too, but they don't got it like that. Jokic is a monster. Aaron Gordon's gonna go off and go crazy.
no, he's not.
So that's the problem. That's
So,
the problem.
he's-
Aaron
he's
y'all,
Gordon,
y'all
he's-
look at the
he's
last
injured.
2 games and y'all
He's
say,
injured. He's injured.
that's
He-
that,
he-
and I didn't know that until I was driving over here and he told me that. That's exactly how I
He-
felt.
in the- in the-
That's
in
exactly how that was my
In-
reaction to
in
it.
the
too.
in the last minute of the game, he injured himself
Yeah.
kicking a ball to try to stop the fast break dunk, and he did successfully
Yeah.
stop that fast break dunk.
So let me
But
say
he
this
pulled
real quick.
something.
I follow a lot of Nugget shit. I haven't seen too much worry about that. Not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying I haven't seen it entirely. He can be doubtful. That doesn't mean that he's not going to play.
It's very similar to
Murray was doubtful the
Yeah,
last game.
Murray
He
was
dropped
doubtful.
yeah, but he was
25.
sick. There's playing
a-
sick and playing with something that see here's the thing. Even if he can suit up to go. If he ends up being like a liability because he can't move to defend,
Then they're going to pull him.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
So
and you
fair enough.
you risk injuring him worse, and you need him to beat the Wolves.
Doesn't matter if you don't get there.
I know that, but if you get there and you lose because you don't have your best defender.
Okay, so getting there is better than not.
I
Getting
know,
there.
but they believe in the team.
With or
They have
without
a strong. They can beat OKC without Aaron Gordon. I don't see them
Yeah.
beating the
Porter's
the
gonna go
Wolves
crazy.
without him.
And also, I don't think I don't think Gordon would miss that whole series, even if
No.
he is. But anyway, let's get back to it.
Yeah.
So, Nuggets are going to find a way to win this game.
I think so. I
They
think
got the
Bron's
best-
got it. I mean, Porter's got it in the bag.
So
I mean,
Porter has to show up.
Yes, he has
Point
to.
blank and simple.
Yeah.
Porter has got to fucking
Yeah.
show up. He's got to.
Hey,
have,
he showed up. He showed up last game.
No,
he-
no, he didn't.
No.
He hit some
Huh.
big time threes,
He-
bro.
last game,
Yes, he
He
hit
hit
3
what?
of them.
he hit.
3 of them.
Okay, not.
I think they're the reason why
He
they're
might have
going to
hit
game
3
7.
total, but no, he's had a 20-point game, and then otherwise he's been cold.
All right, let's
Porter has to pull up. It's about Jamal and
Yeah.
Joker. Joker needs
Jokic.
a 40-point triple
He
double,
will. He'll get a 40.
and Christian Brown has to hit the threes.
Ooh.
Um,
Ooh. I don't know. I just don't know.
Damn,
It's tough.
Panthers are going game 7 too.
yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, against the Maple Leafs. I
that's-
wonder where they're
I
from.
hope they beat them. Fuck,
Canada.
fuck the Canadians. Anyway,
Governor Trudeau.
it's gonna be
it-
it's gonna be tough. Here's what I'm gonna say. If the Nuggets can keep it close till the end, they have a shot.
It's all about defense, baby.
Well,
It's
and
all about
unfortunately, the
defense.
Nuggets don't have.
Yeah,
the best
Okay,
The
defense.
Michael
last two
Porter Jr.
games have
had
been
2. He was 2 of
trash.
5. That's 40% from 3. That's good.
Ay.
He only had 10 points though.
Okay.
But he shot 4 of 9 from the field, so that's
Okay, we need 20 from Porter.
45%, bro.
We
He
need-
had a good game. He had a good game.
I watched the game. He,
Did not have a
I
good
did too.
game.
Strothers had a good game.
he had 15 points off the bench. God bless him.
Mhm.
They
We
all
need him
they-
again.
God
all those
bless
points
him.
came in like the fourth
God.
quarter.
Can I tell you the biggest factor? We need Russ.
Yes.
We need Russ
Absolutely.
to perform.
Absolutely.
There's no other option.
No more 12
Do,
points.
do you
Russ.
need
Come
him
on.
to hit the game winner like he
No.
did like the OKC one?
Or he hit it in Denver
D-
against
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Not necessarily.
But that would be ironic though, right?
That'd be hilarious.
Being on
No, we need Joker to have a complete game, not turn the ball over. He's been turning the ball over a lot. Just can't have it. Unfortunately, the Nuggets have to play as close to a perfect game as possible. and then the Thunder who run deep,
Yeah.
bro. You got Caruso coming off of the bench. They're deep, bro. Nuggets are gonna get it done. I don't know how, but I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna be like,
They do it every year.
let's go
Come on.
Nuggets.
Let's do it. I'm glad I moved in at a good time. I
Yeah,
got here
it-
at the- I
it's
got here at the good night of
it's
years.
crazy to think that Joker had a game where he scored 6 points. He had 6 turnovers and 6 fouls.
He
fa-
didn't have 6 points. He had 6 made shots.
Oh, is that what it was? It was 6 made shots. Okay.
You'll never find Joker just scoring 6 in a game, bro.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty crazy when I saw the 666.
No, it was. And the other thing is like Joker's bad games are like pretty good games for anyone else.
Yeah,
It's the same thing with Braun or fucking
Larry
Luca or anyone
Bird.
else.
I think he's the new Larry Bird.
He's
Luca Legend.
when
Luka
it's all said
Legend.
and done, Joker is the best center.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or
No, he's got to have a
Top-
long enough career.
No, that
He's
is
gotta have
true.
a long
Top
enough
three is
career.
true. Yeah,
Top
yeah.
three.
He cares
Yeah,
about
top
horses too
top
much.
All right, there we
it's
go.
fine. Top 3.
Because I mean,
Better than Shaq.
he's gonna have to get some more hardware to be better than Shaq.
Fair enough.
Like I'm not saying he needs all.
Replace
Shout out.
Jamal with Kobe and tell me how many rings Joker has.
I mean, probably right around the same as Shaq. Probably.
Give me
But
Wade.
Yeah.
How many? Okay.
Probably right around the
Okay.
same as Shaq. But the reality is, you got what you got, bro.
Correct.
Because if that's the
No,
case,
no, you
you
were-
got
and-
what you
and
got.
That's where I will absolutely agree. And that's where the Nuggets front office this offseason, to win or lose, they're going to have to make some tough decisions. And they got to bring in
Is he the most skilled big man we've ever seen?
Easily.
Yes.
easy,
Yes.
not even close.
Best passing big man. Probably not say the best shooting, but he's good
up
enough.
there. Up there.
I mean, Dirk. I'll
Definitely
take
up there.
Dirk over him as a
Can
shooting
Dirk
big man.
shoot the 3 as well as he does?
Better than him.
Nah,
Better-
bullshit.
Better than him. He-
No,
bro,
Bullshit.
no,
Bro, okay, I'm about to
no.
look it up. I'm about to look at Dirk. Dirk like revolutionized big man threes. He did.
Yeah, it's because it
Okay.
didn't exist.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
who perfected the craft?
Yes, because we're in a higher. That's the same thing. The argument with like, yes, Steph Curry is the greatest 3-point shooter ever, but had Ray Allen and Reggie Miller been born in this era, it would be a lot closer race. Do you know Buddy Hield has gotten to the point in threes faster than Steph Curry at this point in his career? Buddy Hield's not going to beat Curry all time.
That's a
But-
bullshit comparison, bro.
No, but I'm just telling you, it's you're shooting at a higher clip.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Tyler Hero is at
Well,
more
Tyler
three
Hero.
than-
So
at more
check,
threes.
check
Oh my
Joker's
goodness.
threes this postseason, and keep in mind he went 0 for 10
Yeah.
in a game.
No,
Come on,
he's doing good. I want to see Joker's.
Yeah, but over 10 is
Terrible.
yeah.
He couldn't, bro.
Bad.
Bro, if he had hit all of those,
Bad.
they would have had. He would have had an extra 30 points.
Yeah.
And they would have won the game.
Yeah, easily.
No, and you could argue Carl Anthony Towns is a better shooter right now. Maybe he's probably slightly, but assist Joker's better. The only thing I will say is his defense is lacking a little bit, but he also doesn't want to get fouled. He'll have a lot of steals. He'll have maybe a block or 2 a game.
He has 0.36. That's his career 3-point shooting average. Let's see Dirk.
How y'all feel about the Thompson brothers?
0.38, bro. Just get off my dick.
Oh,
Get off my dick, bro. He's the greatest shooting big ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever in an era that didn't focus on 3-point shooting
Correct.
bigs.
So they didn't know how to guard it.
Huh?
They didn't have.
They don't-
They didn't have no one guarding Dirk at the 3-point line.
Yeah,
the same way
absolutely,
they had Joker.
absolutely did.
No.
Absolutely did.
Isn't that why they like won a championship? The Mavs.
No.
No, that's not why they won.
Oh,
that.
they did.
They
They
won.
did.
They won it because
Who they
LeBron-
win it against?
They won it because the
Remind me.
Heat. They won it because LeBron was passive and had some of the worst fourth quarter performances of his career.
Happens.
Yeah, it is what it
Happens
is.
to the greats.
But yeah, I was just trying to prove a point. The greatest 3-point shooting big is Dirk Nowitzki.
I mean,
So
sure.
what I'm trying to
By s-
say, is, there's people that are better than Joker at certain things, but he, as a whole, is good at pretty much everything.
Sure.
And he's not your top tier defender, but he's good enough.
Sure.
He's a good enough.
I'll say this:
defender.
I'd be curious to know.
He's not a
I'd
liability.
be curious to know how many point shots Dirk took versus Jokic as well.
Yeah.
I'd be curious because you have a higher percentage. Steph Curry is in the highest percentage three of all time.
No,
I get
that
it because
doesn't mean-
I know. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
So
one year PJ Tucker won the highest
Very
3-point shooter,
correct.
and he's not a good 3-point shooter.
exactly.
He just he got the open
Exactly.
shots in the corner.
Yeah, if I take one 3-point shot in
Shot.
the NBA and I make it, then I'm the goat.
Yeah. No.
Anyway,
We'll do that off the air. Okay. All right, let's keep it
rolling.
moving.
Watch. Yo.
Watch. This is the Watch with Mr. Phoenix. It's basically where I talk about major gossip, hot takes, rumors, and whatnot. We're going to talk about the shortest rapper in the game, Tory Lanez. Y'all know what happened to him recently?
So
I-
so recently, or what he's been like locked up for?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know why he's locked up.
Yeah.
Who did
Right in
he
the foot,
who,
baby.
who did he shoot?
Shot that bit.
Megan Thee Stallion. Hey, come on. We got fans here, bro. Come on. We got fans
I got
here.
nothing against Meg the Stallion.
The Stallion.
However, continue.
So all right, you know, he's serving a bid, I think a 8-year bid, 7-year bid, in prison, and he just was recently assaulted by another inmate and stabbed, I believe, 14 times.
Holy.
That's
He had to be
Holy.
airlifted to a hospital, a local hospital, but I will say he is currently breathing on his own.
It's good.
He's talking.
That's good.
So he's all right. It sounds like it was like a small shiv that he probably got stabbed with. So it's not.
Still, though.
It's not. I mean, if he'd be 14 times with like a large.
Yeah, you're done.
I'm pretty sure he'd be dead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
God was on his side, but check this out. Someone just confessed, right, that it wasn't Tory Lanez that shot Meg the Stallion. It was Meg the Stallion's best friend that did it. And I think it was in trying to defend her. They weren't trying to shoot Meg the Stallion. It was probably more aimed from what I hear, it was probably more aimed towards Tory Lanez, but they missed and shot Meg the Stallion in the foot. So this dude, it's crazy how like someone has to almost die for the truth to come out.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So we could possibly, if this all shakes out and is real, we could see him probably out pretty soon. Now he's got a lot to rap about. He's got real
Dude,
street
that
cred.
trauma's gotta be crazy.
But the thing
though.
about Tory Lanez
Yo.
is like he be pulling up on people too much.
True.
Like he's
I mean, he's gangster, bro. He's real
I mean he's gangster because
he,
he's
he
got
sings, but he gangster.
he's gangster because he's got people around him. He's
Chris
not
Brown's more is singing. He's a singer and he's more
gangster. Yo, Chris Brown crash out. He's the ultimate R&B crash out,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
You
that
don't- hey,
motherfucker.
you don't
And
tou-
he can
you don't
rap,
touch
too.
Rihanna, though.
And well, yeah,
don't
yeah,
touch
it's,
it.
His
You don't
Quavo
touch
diss
Rihanna.
was
You don't
Yo,
low-key
it-
pretty fire.
bro, it was better than the Drake diss.
Oh shit!
No, I'm yeah, there you go. Get in there, bro.
All right.
I'm glad
Get in there.
you got another one, don't
Yeah.
you? We're getting to the.
I
to
don't.
the
I
new-
need it. I need it.
No, you got another one, right?
I only
yeah.
brought two.
Oh, you've already. Damn, you already popped 2 seals.
I mean, we did the first one together, and I did the second one secretly.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is this a bad boy right here?
Yeah, I gotta, yeah. I'll leave it
I
there.
might fill that one up to the brim. Might have a little bit of leakage, a little bit of spillage. You know what I'm saying?
Leakage.
Got a little bit of
Leakage.
a little bit- What
I
are we,
fucking love that
is,
word.
is your O-ring blown?
no, what are we talking about the other night? Dehydration.
What about dehydration?
From shitting yourself so much.
Oh my god.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, dysentery.
Dysentery. You got dysentery?
Oh, hell no. That would suck.
Are you incontinent?
No, dude. That would actually be so bad.
All right, yo, we gonna keep it going though.
All right, we're gonna keep it going.
I want to know what y'all think about space.
All
Dude, I
right.
fucking love space. Y'all brought the right person. to
Yeah.
talk
I
about this
fucking
with.
love space too.
I gotta say this one thing. My biggest idol in life is Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay.
Some
I'm a big
people
particle-
hate that dude. Bro.
I love
Some people
astrophysics.
Because yeah,
Brian-
the
Brian
right
Cox, too.
wing kind of hates him.
Yeah, well,
The dude is a
So-
genius.
that's okay.
Is he one of the smartest people in the world? Probably. He's probably not.
Not even bringing politics
But-
into it. Brian Cox too. Brian Cox is a British Manchester like dude. And his
Not familiar with his work.
his particle physics stuff is
I've heard of him.
insane. Insane. He does the Joe Rogan stuff all the time.
The thing about Neil deGrasse Tyson is he's probably not even in the top 5% smartest
No,
people.
hell
Maybe not even
no.
top 10%.
No.
Probably
However,
not in astronomers.
well, he's just like
itself.
general science.
Yeah.
He's really smart, but like he brings information and makes it entertaining. So like I follow Star Talk, that's his podcast.
Yep.
And also like that used to be like this is back in like 2018 2019. He was in my algorithm and I would literally learn something new every day just listening to
I
him.
love Star Talk.
Yeah,
I love Star
so
Talk.
no, it really blows your mind.
Oh.
But let's get back on track.
Yeah.
When you think of outer space, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Oh man, first thing cold. It's real cold.
That's what you think about? Okay. What about you?
Supernovas,
Supernovas,
Black holes.
Oh,
Hell
yeah.
yeah, I love black holes.
infinite space, bro. That's
Yeah.
what it
It
really
is.
is, man.
There's a lot of it.
We talked about it yesterday, man. And briefly, you imagine measuring something, and you take the fastest thing that ever exists, which is light,
Mhm.
and you go, well, how fast can the fastest thing that we know of go in an entire year? And that's what you measure space by, bro. That's crazy.
And you know,
That's
it's funny.
absolutely
The
crazy.
expansion of the universe travels way
Sure.
faster than the speed of light.
Sure.
You know.
And I don't necessarily believe in it, but I think it's crazy is that they say like eventually it'll get to a point, it'll stop expanding and it'll come back inward.
Yeah, it's like the big crush or the big freeze or
Yeah,
something. It's
whatever,
the
yeah,
theory,
whatever it is.
Yeah,
Space is awesome.
I think it's gonna. My theory on how the universe ends is that it just keeps going infinitely, and that everything gets so spaced out that it just shreds itself to freaking pieces. It's called the Big Rip.
Big rip. Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet you take big rips every night.
Always. Ask, you can ask.
You fuck with the Big Dipper?
I love the Big Dipper and the little Dipper, bro. I'm actually a little Dipper guy. So.
You're more okay.
yeah.
I respect that. What about you? What do you think of?
You know, it's kind of like your irrational fear that you talked about. It just
Falling
like
into
being
space,
being
yeah.
being stranded in space. I just thinking about how like awful it'll be, like that Sandra Bullock movie.
Mhm.
I forgot what it's called. I think it's her and George Clooney, and just being like stranded there, and you got infinite nothing. You can't really move. It's nothing to push off of. You just got gravity, bro.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrifying.
You know what?
And let me touch on this because I said black holes. How even more terrifying is it that you have something that is so dense that light, the fastest thing we know of, can't even escape?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I just learned
Black
this
hole.
thing
Go ahead.
about black holes. Actually, you know, Hawking radiation is like the light that is emitted by black holes. So that's apparently what's all been sucked in is the radiation of what's all been sucked into the singularity. That's what the light is that's being emitted from the black hole, and why like you
Is
can
the
see it.
singularity?
Huh?
Is that what you're saying?
The singularity.
Because in singularity is the what the point of
Yeah,
no
it's-
return.
It's the
It's-
gravitational point where everything's getting drawn to. That's what the singularity is. So everything's going towards the singularity so fast that it actually bounces out into radiation. And essentially emits light, but once you're inside, it's. I mean, obviously you see the black hole. There's no light.
Hey,
in there.
let's stop baby sipping. Come on, let's
Just
go.
do it.
Anyone need another beer?
Ooh, that's gonna crack.
Oh, I'm good.
I'll take another. Little ultra fusion. Ooh, hello.
Keep it going.
Keep it going. All right. Best space movie.
Best
What you
space
got?
movie. I was talking about this before. I just had her watch Interstellar the other day.
It's the only answer in my
But-
opinion, bro.
Alien or Paul. Totally two different like movies. One's a
Those
comedy,
are,
one's
yeah,
a
I was
super
gonna say
like.
those are way different.
Yeah, but like those two got to be. But if I had like an actual interpretation of space, like the question is, it'd have to be Interstellar for sure. I mean, they did such a good job with the theoretical sense of it.
Hold up, Greg's in the chat. He said Nixon 6. Well, congrats, Greg. Greg, who beat your ass in fantasy last year? Is what I want to know. I got Chilean 1 is what I got. So
Chili one.
that's all I gotta say
Alright.
about Greg.
So
Chili
you both got
one.
Interstellar for most
Bro,
memorable movie.
the
to-
fact that you haven't watched that
I know, it's a crime.
you should
Me
watch it.
being a
no.
Christopher Nolan guy,
Oh,
I just
Oh, bro,
no.
you'd be flogged in a different
Oh,
universe
no.
for that. Just so you know,
Oh,
you'd be
no.
flogged for it.
All right.
And I want you to, bro. We can watch that. Probably not time this weekend, but we will find the time and I'll watch that with you, bro.
Yeah,
It's such a
you,
good
you
movie.
seriously do need to dedicate time to watching it because
It's like
I mean,
it's
3
3 hours. Yeah,
It's
but
pretty
it's
intense movie.
fantastic.
Yes, they do the theoretical like time and space interpretation of how time moves around a
Oh,
black
bro.
hole perfectly. They
Bro,
did it
we'll-
perfectly.
We'll schmirk. We'll smoke a little herb.
Yeah.
It'll be a great time.
So
Continue.
for me, and I doubt either one of you seen this movie because this was like early 2000s, late 90s. It's called Event Horizon. Bro, it's basically like there's like and I haven't watched it as an adult, so it might suck now. But I was a kid and I was like terrified and like also blown away at the same time. So like this like space voyage goes into a black hole. They get sucked into a black hole and then it takes them to a different dimension, but like it's like an evil dimension.
Oh.
And like the whole idea of wormholes and alternate dimensions, like it's terrifying. And I thought it was like epic. And then Event Horizons are like a real thing. Not that it would take you to an evil dimension, but it is
Well,
a crazy concept.
The Event Horizon, if I'm not mistaken, is the point of no return.
Correct.
Yes,
Correct.
yes,
Correct.
Yes, that's the point.
They went through the Event Horizon and came out.
And returned.
they,
Right.
they came out the other side into an evil reality.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So it started like affecting people like one by one. So not everyone was evil right away, but they started becoming evil, and doing all kinds of crazy shit.
True. So the question is, are we alone? Or is there other life
No,
in the galaxy?
absolutely not.
What's your reasoning?
I mean, there's been, research out there that they've found microorganisms on other planets and in the water of Mars, that there's organisms on another planet. So therefore, do I think we're the most intelligent and only intelligent, species on in the universe? Probably. But I definitely think there's microorganisms out there that might be living on other planets.
Good
I mean,
take.
it's too freaking big, There's too much planets like Earth to not be, at least something.
I think it's completely selfish to think that we are the only sentient being
Yep.
in the entire universe, as vast as it is. Like, to think like we were talking about light speed and stuff like that. If the sun exploded, we wouldn't know about it for 8 minutes.
Yep.
8 fucking minutes. So we're sending signals out to the universe that some alien civilization is going to receive. And by the time they get it and decide to come research, to find us, we're gonna all be dead.
Yeah, we're gonna be
All
gone.
gonna be dead.
Yep.
Like the whole human race is
They're
gonna
gonna
be
be like,
gone.
oh shit, well they were here.
Let me say
so-
this: I don't think that has any relevance to whether or not there is life out there or not, whether we can contact it or not. You know
No,
what I
yeah,
mean?
definitely.
Because it's
Doesn't-
so spread out.
Yeah, but it's just crazy to think. I would almost believe that we're in a simulation before I believe there's no aliens.
So I'll say this,
Yeah, hey,
and I've
I
told
mean,
you:
I think it's
either we are all there is, or there is an almost infinite amount of other life out there. And I don't know which one is more terrifying to think of.
infinite life. Can you expand on that a little
Not
bit?
necessarily infinite, but so
So many different
E-
species you could even.
so and
ever
not just
think
that, you know. They say, you know, our universe, we can't even comprehend. It's nearly infinite.
Right. We
Well,
haven't
okay,
even seen it.
but
you
if
know?
that's the case, what about other universes?
right.
How many? Again, to the human mind, basically infinite. So what I'll say is, it is either just us and only us, or it's more than we can comprehend.
Or how about it's been us for a long time? Because you remember what you said earlier, that the universe is going to collapse on itself and start a new universe again. So
That's interesting. If you're saying that, like, we are already the collapsed, like, coming inwards on
yeah,
that,
it's always been.
you
that's-
just want to say
you know.
N word, don't you?
I could say it.
Go-
No, I'm not. But no, again, that's interesting. It's a thought for sure. What do I believe? I don't know. Again, I'm decently a religious man, and I don't know. I don't think that necessarily contradicts any of the things that
That's
I've
good.
said,
That's good.
in the sense that, like, you know, I don't know. I believe it says that God made the stars and everything else for our, not just amusement, but for our mystery, for our wonder. But I don't know. That doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't anything else out there, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Religious. I think that the discovery of actual sentient beings kind of would end the religious
I think
debate.
so. I think so.
You could definitely argue that.
It,
Yeah,
it
for
would
sure.
be it would make the Bible less
Like
less
significant almost.
I wouldn't
Well,
say
what-
significant.
what-
I mean,
maybe not
it's the
significant,
Bible's
sorry about that.
significant. It's the greatest book. It's
Yeah.
like it's the most sold book.
Yeah,
It's the most popular book ever. But at the end of the day,
maybe relevance.
well, it just there's a certain amount of people in this world that believe that it is the truth, and
Correct.
discovery of aliens would kind of
Contradict it.
I think
contradict
so.
it.
I
Yeah.
think so.
So, and that's where I'll say, I don't necessarily agree with that, or I don't necessarily disagree with that, I should say. But also, I don't know.
As a not very religious man, there is got to be something else. I mean, this universe is
Maybe.
way too beautiful. I mean, we are way too unique to like
Sure.
not have something else out there.
But it's also a
know.
presumption off of just what you think.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
true.
I
It's
guess
not.
it's
There's
an
no- we have
objective,
to-
like subjective
You
question.
know, I'd agree in the sense of, like, as far as facts, and again, I love space. I've watched
Mm.
so much videos on space. Like, yeah, I mean, you're right, because there's, it's crazy that we can actually measure other galaxies and be like, okay, this star is here, and it has planets that are in the habitable zone,
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
whatever they call it, and then in theory, okay, that could produce life because it's not too far away from its star, it's not too close to its
It's like
star.
the Goldilocks zone.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yes,
it's
exactly,
it's crazy
exactly.
how the Goldilocks zone, how we're just in the perfect place where it's not too hot, not too
Mhm.
cold. We have sunlight. We have we have a moon, so we have our weather's based upon how the moon,
Yep.
where the moon's at. Everything's perfectly met for us to
Perfect to live.
Yeah.
live. But there's infinite other possible bodies of land or planets that could have the same habitable zone, Goldilocks zone.
Yeah.
That also means, or I should say, it doesn't mean necessarily that life, I guess you'd say evolved. I wouldn't necessarily say that, but comes up in the same way that we do.
No,
And that's why I say I feel like it's really all or nothing.
Yeah.
Either there's so much of it,
Well,
or there's
at all.
nothing. And we all
then the Earth's flat, bro, and we're in the firmament, and this is
NASA
all that
controls
is.
everything.
Yeah.
NASA
Um,
controls
yo,
everything.
Until we learn how to tie into like a wormhole, we'll never be able to travel.
I had a
we'll,
question about that. Sorry.
we'll never be able to travel far enough to find something else. And do you understand how like a wormhole works?
in theory.
It's
Some
like
people
ben-
say
you're-
black holes.
You're
black
bending
hole.
you're bending space. So like say these are the 2 points, and these are like an infinite distance. You're collapsing it on itself so that you can
Correct.
meet from is like a
Correct.
direct
Sure.
directly going from one point to the other. That's how like the whole theory of
Can-
like not the theory, but like how all those sci-fi movies, Star Wars, and
Mhm.
that's essentially what they're.
That's
you'd
what
have to
people
fi-
think black holes do.
Do.
In theory.
So
Yeah.
that was my question. So am I allowed to spoil Interstellar?
No,
No?
don't spoil it.
Okay.
No,
All right. Then,
I promise in the next 30 days it will be watched.
Okay.
We,
all right.
yeah,
all
we
right.
have to.
We'll
It's
just
just
throw it
so
out the
good.
window. We'll just throw it out the window.
Out the window.
Anyway,
Best alien movie.
Best alien movies probably got to be Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
The whole trilogy. I mean, Covenant. All
so kind of going off of that, but it's very similar.
Don't you
My
fucking-
favorite one, bro,
Don't you fucking say it.
was actually Prey.
Prey.
Predator. Yeah.
Prey, yeah, that's a Predator movie.
I never saw that.
You never seen Prey?
No,
Predator's fucking
I've
insane.
I've
Oh,
seen
that's
I've
another
seen
one,
I've seen
bro.
Alien versus Predator.
That's a
I've
good
never
one.
seen
Oh,
Prey.
dude,
I've seen
Prey.
Predator 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, bro, you're gonna you're gonna. That's another one you're gonna love
Predator's a good one.
because it's like, yeah, Predator coming down on, like not in like ancient civilization, but so like
maybe.
I don't know. I don't think of like
I don't know. How to
Indian
expand
tribes
on
of
that.
ancient.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great movie, bro.
Yeah.
Great
It's
fucking
a
movie.
it's a if you especially if you've seen Predator versus Alien and you know if you've seen Predator 1, 2, and 3, Prey is the next one.
Is
Yeah.
it?
It's my favorite one.
Predator 2 is my favorite.
Predator 2 is
Predator.
pretty good. The
Bro.
original Alien is my go-to fucking horror alien movie
I don't think
So that's it. That's the greatest alien movie.
for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
fair enough. I just had to shout out to Spaceballs.
That's your
Darth Helmet.
honorable
Darth Helmet.
mention.
Yeah,
The Schwartz.
the Schwartz. Man, I see
we were
your
just talking about.
I
this
see
the
your
other day.
Schwartz is
I-
as big as mine.
Yeah. It's like go comb the desert. There ain't shit out
So
here.
so my honorable mention is, Predator 2.
Nice.
However, the greatest alien movie I've ever seen is Prometheus.
Ooh.
And
Trevor was shitting on that movie for whatever reason. I haven't seen it. I
bro,
promise.
it is like, okay, I'm not religious, so it is what it is. And but I have some kind of like belief in God. But my science brain thinks this is more of a possibility than maybe, the other possibility.
Okay.
And in Prometheus, it's basically, I'm giving you in a nutshell without like spoiling it too much. It's you find out that there was a group of aliens that created humanity. We were like their science fair project and created us in Earth, kind of like if they were our gods. Okay. And then they found out we suck. So they created
Fair enough.
That's a diss.
The-
but
the-
okay.
they wanted to end the experiment, so they created the xenomorph, which
Oh,
is
yeah, I
the
mean,
aliens.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who sent the aliens out to go kill humanity. That was their whole job. So what I'm getting at is like the idea of like some superior species creating us is more probable to me than what faith would tell you.
Well, it's the exact same thing.
It's not the exact same
Not
thing.
exactly, but it's the same concept.
I mean, yeah, man made God, but I mean,
Yeah,
not
but
big
I'm
on
not
it.
calling them gods. I'm calling them like just another smart being. I mean, we can clone humans already. Like it can be done. We clone
What do they call
we clone
those?
goats, we clone organs, we clone all kinds of shit.
Well, isn't
So-
there a thing about civilization where it's like we're like a level 3 civilization, and then there's such thing as
Yeah.
level 4 civilizations and level 5
Yeah, in the grand
civilizations?
In theory,
in theory, it's a theory. You can't prove it because you have nothing
Right.
you
else
only have what you
Just
have.
us.
us,
Yeah.
yeah,
to see.
yeah.
So, but yeah, and if you ever heard of the Anunnaki, that's basically their story. They were praised as deities. I mean, I'm not saying that I believe this. I mean, I might have listened to one or two mini videos from Billy from
Someone be up at
It
3
fell in
a.m.
your
Come
phone.
on,
from Billy Carson.
dude.
That guy
Not
is
Billy Carson.
he's
bro.
crazy.
Come on.
No, hey,
Come
bro,
on.
I'm telling you, go down the rabbit hole. What I don't necessarily believe him, but like it's entertaining. I always have like an earbud in, and I'll be playing video games, and I'll just be listening to it, and I'm like, yo, that shit kind of slaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that idea of like other beings, creating us, and then we praise them as gods, but they were really just other beings. And like it kind of explains the pyramids and all the other structures that at that
Oh,
time we have
pyramids,
no
right.
idea how we would have created those things.
Give us credit.
And
Colin.
if you
Well-
it's loosely what Marvel's Celestials is based on.
Sure.
So
I don't know. I'll give you credit. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like it takes way more faith to believe in that we were created by some other
I just don't
similar
look,
beings
I
than a god.
I can never put the word God on it, but I definitely there's got to be something.
First
there.
off,
There's gotta
I
be
don't
something.
necessarily believe, but I think it's more probable
Correct. Well,
yeah,
correct. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
than a
So
2,000-year-old carpenter dying on a cross and coming back to life.
Yeah.
every
so
day.
what
that's a
means
little
that
cra-
you
that's a
have
little
more
crazy.
faith in
I don't
that.
have
like-
I don't have
No,
faith.
no, but you have more
like-
faith
No,
in
that's
it
not
than
faith.
you do in
I'm-
the carpenter.
I like the
I'm using
philosophy behind the Bible.
science. I'm using science.
There's nothing science about that.
It's
Yeah,
all
I-
philosophy.
no,
No,
I am-
philosophy.
I-
There's no
the-
there's no
the-
evidence.
the evidence. Here's my evidence. I just explained it to you. We can clone things already. We can create things from
Mhm.
scratch.
That's I
And
mean,
so
Humans
to
play God all
to
the time.
to
they
thi-
play
to-
God all the time. That
to-
and,
to
and
think-
the
to think-
cloning is a
to-
very fickle thing.
to think
But-
that there's not a possibility that there's another life form that could have created us, which that kind of ties into
I mean,
God.
there is God
Create-
is a
cre-
life form.
yeah.
Yeah,
God is
God-
very objective.
cur-
It's very
no,
objective,
I mean depends on who
God's
you're talking
pretty
to.
That is
specific,
true.
It's-
in my
it's-
opinion,
it's-
yeah,
at
it's
least.
all
It-
opinion
it- it's,
based,
it's,
yeah.
it's perspective.
It's perspective.
Sure.
So for him, he is the Almighty. He's
Mhm.
the Alpha and Omega.
Yeah.
He's what said, "Let there be light," and the world was born in 7 days.
Correct.
So, and that's fine. I'm not hating
Yeah,
on your
respect it.
belief.
No,
respect
I
your
know
belief.
you're not.
Definitely.
But I'm not saying that couldn't have happened. But I'm also saying if we're using probability, I think there's more of a probability that there's another life form in the universe, this huge universe that's more than just these 8 planets. It used to be 9, 8 planets in our solar system. There's fact is that there's other zones where life can be, and who's to say that there's not other life other than us?
Here, I'll give it this. It's selfish to not be open-minded.
I don't think
No,
it's selfish.
no, I mean, humans are selfish, and
Yeah,
they
humans are
believe what they
definitely
Okay,
believe.
then okay, but
Yeah.
that's something that I always disagree with. Okay, if you're saying if I do what's best for me, it's selfish. Okay, well then
I mean,
fucking
by
anything is
by
selfish.
by
Yeah,
definition,
you know what I
by
mean?
definition.
Okay, by
Yeah.
definition, then
But you
why
also
are
gotta
we
do what's
talking
good
about
for
it?
you.
You know what I mean? If you're
Yeah,
talking,
that's true too. Yeah,
why are we talking about it?
Yeah,
If-
but
if it's the same for
I
me, that's
I
the same
do-
for him. Why are we even?
I do things.
why are we
I do
calling it?
things I do things all the time that don't benefit me, that benefit other people.
Yeah.
So how? So
that's
Okay,
you don't,
but,
you don't
okay,
have
but
you don't have
you
to,
trying to make a check. You want to make as much money as you can. This month.
absolutely.
That's selfish.
That's self-centered.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's a little bit
okay,
selfish.
okay, but
That's-
okay, but in the sense of that, I think selfishness. I think that's ridiculous. You're doing what's best for you. I don't think in every situation that is selfish. I
So
just think it's a mute. I think it's a mute point.
It's not a mute
Like,
point.
why would
Being
you-
selfish doesn't always necessarily mean it's a negative thing. we
No, yeah,
create that stigma that being selfish
is negative.
is negative.
Yeah.
It is
Sure.
a reality
Yes.
that the human that
So then-
it is human nature to be selfish.
So then everything you do for yourself.
It's selfish.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's
so
good-
again,
there's good-
that's
there's
why-
good-
and
there's
what
good
you
and
do for other
bad.
people is selfless. You know.
Yeah, and well, again, but you could argue that you still do that for yourself to make yourself feel good or whatever.
No,
Which
you can just
you
generally
could-
do.
yeah,
You
generally-
can generally do.
I,
something.
again, I just feel it's a mute point in the sense that okay, then
Everyone's
anything,
got their
then
things,
if
you know.
if everything
Everyone's
we
got their
do for ourselves
things.
is selfish, then at the same
I
time,
just think
nothing is.
I just think you hear the word selfish, you automatically think
Think
of something
negativity.
negative.
typically,
Yeah.
typically,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
give you that. I'll give
yeah.
you that, and I will give you props in the sense that yeah, sometimes it's absolutely good to be selfish,
Selfish.
even in the bad sense
Mhm.
for yourself.
Yeah.
Even if it negatively affects someone else
Yeah.
for yourself. But anyway, to let's keep on the topic because I feel like I feel like
That
we're,
was kinda
I feel
fun.
like we're cooking. I
That
feel
was
like
kinda
we're-
fun.
I feel like we're cooking.
Well, that
here
means the
a little
alcohol.
bit.
We got to start drinking a little faster.
Yeah.
Maybe.
'Cause I feel like I feel like we'll
Um,
flow better when.
But anyway, you're talking about you think it's more probable that some other intelligent life form, in the sense that humans,
Yeah,
right,
correct.
created us, than a god.
Than like what we perceive God to be.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what
Because
do
God
you
could be
perceive?
anything.
I said
No,
what we. I
see,
said
and
we.
that's where I disagree.
Okay.
I said
God,
what we.
God's not just. I mean, okay, fair enough.
The word.
I guess
itself,
to think
the
of
word.
it,
I
to
guess-
think, to think of a being, right? To think of a being,
As
That-
Almighty,
Almighty,
Holy.
knows everything,
mhm,
knows how every action, every single decision you're gonna make,
Correct.
and it has visibility of everybody all at once is fucking
Insane.
wild. It's a
Yeah,
wild
crazy.
thing.
I mean, I guess.
Crazy.
like
I don't know. I just, in my
How-
opinion,
how's that because you're a very logical guy.
correct? Yeah.
that's
yeah.
that's the craziest thing about religion, and you know what, I think it takes a very strong person to be a man of faith,
Yeah.
and I'm
Definitely.
get,
Does,
because it is a crazy
men
it-
that are far better than me.
Right.
I will say.
it's crazy to be a man of faith in the sense that like that shit's kind of impossible. There's a being that knows everything, sees everything all at once,
And, yeah.
created everything.
Yeah.
Like that's
Had one
a
and only
that's a
son.
wa-
I mean,
that's a
it's not though.
And one.
it really is.
So you just
one-
said you think it's more probable that being similar to us created us
Correct.
than a god. It's
It's not the
same
I
thing,
think
it's not the
except-
same,
except
bro.
for we're not gods.
Bro, we
I
have
know.
there's
You-
8.3 billion people on this planet, and
Correct.
there's a being that knows everything that will ever happen and will ever happen,
Damn
and
right.
every decision that each one of the people make all at once.
Sure.
That's crazy. That is a
I-
wild.
I love the philosophy behind it. The philosophy behind the Bible is amazing. I mean, it's just like, you treat someone kindly all the time, no matter what. You
Sure.
know what? And that's where
In
I.
theory.
I
That's-
mean,
I mean,
that's
you
where I
don't-
get
that's.
it.
You
I mean, there's a
don't-
lot more. There's
Right,
a lot
and
more
it's-
shit in the Bible. There's a lot of dark shit in the
There's a
Bible.
lot of dark shit, but you also like
The-
you take the positivity, you take
Old-
the sunlight out of it.
Old
you don't take the
Testament
salt out of
Bible,
it.
Old Testament God versus New Testament God are completely different.
Yeah,
it's
that
it's
is-
almost like
yeah, man.
bipolar.
Yeah.
read the Quran
Yeah.
and double back with me. You know what I mean?
No, I'm
There
I'm
was
just,
a bloody God in the Old Testament.
I'm just saying on the Old Testament, bro. Like that was like I smite you. I'll fucking destroy. Let me not. He's not saying these words, but
Right.
No,
I'll destroy everything.
I mean, not just that, but
and in the New Testament, he's a loving,
But then
caring,
What's the
compassionate
difference?
God.
when he's
what's the
talking about
difference between those two testaments?
another thing is
Yeah,
like,
one is Jesus died, and one is
And then
There you go,
Yeah.
brother.
another thing
It's the
too
whole
is,
plot.
is
okay.
whenever-
If he's perfect, if God's perfect, then why did he have to change how he was? He changed his entire philosophy from Old Testament to
That's
New
false.
Testament.
and the
God,
whole
God, and
How is it false? Did he
sorry,
not
the,
change?
the whole world to them back then was Jerusalem and Israel. I mean, that was the whole world.
not the whole world. I mean,
But it
was
wasn't as
also
expanded.
Africa.
But it wasn't as
will-
expanded as it is. I mean, obviously, we've
Correct.
seen the
Yeah,
whole world,
absolutely. Not as much.
but whenever y'all say destroying the whole world, I mean, it was just Jerusalem and Israel. It wasn't the whole world.
Well,
was
are you
coming
talking
to
about
an
the
end.
flood, Noah's Ark?
No, I'm just talking about in general, like
No,
with
I'm
the
saying
lamb
when he did-
slaughters and
I'm
like the
talking-
angels coming down and killing all the babies if you didn't have lamb blood on your door. Like I feel like whenever they're talking about the
Ugh.
world came to fire, it was just Jerusalem and Israel. at
I
the
mean
time.
that
Maybe
story.
the Jordan
I mean,
River.
but
It-
just think about the
that-
world. The world is what we know. What
Yeah.
you know. If you didn't know that there was another sea, another land on the other side of the sea, your world, when you're writing this story, is what's around
what's
you.
That's what I was
around
gonna say. Is so again to the point that you're saying. I forget what book that was and who was writing that, but that was their perspective of that
right,
time.
right.
You know, what I mean, that's not to say that it didn't happen in other
Yeah,
places.
but the
yeah,
Bible is the
yeah,
word of
okay.
God.
Yeah,
Uh,
the word of God.
It's the
Well,
word of
yes,
God.
No,
correct.
sorry,
but
Written by
that
man.
was rude
written
too,
by
sorry.
men, exactly. And so in the sense that no, God is the same in the Old Testament and the New Testament.
He's not.
But
It's just
no,
different.
there's a
The
there's a
philosophy.
difference.
I'll
There's a
send you
difference.
something on it.
I mean,
Breaking down the different
I
philosophies.
get you.
Breaking down the different philosophies. Like
There's
the
different
I
tone
respect
for sure.
religion too. I
Yeah,
love
so why does
the-
he have
the
to
energy
change if he's
behind it.
perfect? If he's
Well,
perfect
because
and all knowing.
God doesn't change.
He did
The sacrifice came, which is Jesus Christ. But that's not God changing. Humans sinned as much as they did before as they did after. The difference was him bringing his son down to earth to die for our sins, so that
But
if you believe in him, you may be forgiven.
But what is it's,
It's a hard
it's such-
concept, bro.
it's
I'm not
such-
gonna act like I just
it's such
know
a
every
Dude,
answer.
there's
that's
whole
why I
educations-
say
there's whole
that's
educations
why
about
I
this,
say
you know.
that it takes a very strong person to believe in something that is so improbable.
Yeah,
What does
With
that mean, bro?
but yeah,
What's
but-
probabll,
yeah,
dog?
'cause
probability.
A fish walking
anything-
on Earth is
anything-
more probable
anything
than
is-
that.
Anything is impossible until it's not. You know, it's
it-
one way of looking at it too.
I'm just saying, bro. It's the idea of Moses parting the sea
Correct.
is an improbable.
Yeah, I think that's just a
Sure.
a philosophical story that
I'm sure. Either way. But what I'm getting at, bro. That's like the shit we see in movies, bro. That's not real.
I mean,
I'm
Sure.
no, I'm not saying that it's not real, but the shit that we watch in movies, it's not real.
it's hard to believe.
It exactly
Like-
takes a very crazy person.
It doesn't
To
take,
believe-
not
to-
crazy.
I want to walk
I
on
mean,
water.
What?
I'm not saying you're insane. What I'm
No, I
saying
know
is
you're not saying
to
that.
to have faith is like with all the amount of fact that we have in this world and science that we have in this world, and knowing that that cannot be replicated in any way, shape, or form that we know of.
I can't
Yeah,
part the seas,
personal-
bro. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's a
Dude.
crazy fucking thing to believe in.
Yeah.
But
But
it's
I
just
have
as
respect for you
It's
that-
just as crazy to think any kind of evolution.
That's not an evolution.
That is
That's
That-
not that's
okay,
not
okay,
Darwinism, bro.
Okay, but on the same general vibe, you said that it's you think it's more likely that people like us created us. How the fuck is that not more crazy? At least on the same level, bro.
It's not on the same level.
Bro, so
Because we're a sentient being, right?
it's not the same.
We're a
bro.
sentient being.
You
We're a sentient being. Just answer the question.
correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So, and we can clone we can clone organs, we can clone fucking goats.
To what degree?
dire wolves. Hey, there we
No,
go.
no, we can clone things. We can genetically modify things.
Mhm.
So who the fuck is it to think that there isn't in the grand, vast outer space that there's not something out there more sophisticated than us being able to use science to create us.
That's
I
God
do. I do
that
have to
you're
say.
speaking of.
I do have to say, my personal opinion. I do, and I'm not, taking shots because I do love.
No,
like,
dude.
religion.
Keep in mind. I take no offense. This is
Good,
all good.
good,
This
good.
is all good discussion.
Yeah,
bro.
for sure.
Me
I
and
don't-
him.
I like don't
Listen, I pray every day. Just so you
Look,
know.
don't
that's cool.
Don't
like,
don't
that's
think
cool.
that you're offending me
No,
or offending.
in my personal opinion, I do believe that science overall trumps religion.
Religion is backed by science.
It can be,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
for
well,
sure.
well, it
it
is.
can be.
And this is what I'll say, because also religion just doesn't come from nowhere either.
Yeah,
You had,
I mean, it can be a man. I think it is a man-made concept for sure.
in a sense, different aspects for sure.
You had the Aztecs,
But-
you know.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to
But-
Cooley, bro. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were in the chat.
So
Yeah. I'm about to get
Love
tag
Kyle.
team on
Love Kyle.
religion.
no, not. I mean, not even. But one thing I'll say is that okay, we go back. Why is Christianity so popular? Well, there were a bunch of people that saw Jesus die and rise from the grave. There was, and this is what I'll say: people do not die, especially the 12 disciples who all died in horrendous ways. They do not die for what you know is a lie. You can say people died for stuff they believed was true, but you do not die for something that you know is a lie. And that's why the evidence,
So no one
That's-
saw him walk out of that grave.
they all saw him.
They did not see him.
They saw the holes in his arm. And,
They
and
did-
they,
they
they,
did-
saw the.
They did not see him walk, bro.
What do you mean they did?
They didn't see him walk. They saw that the grave was empty. That's what they saw.
yeah.
Jesus spoke to 500 people after he died.
They saw the grave.
No, they saw Jesus, bro. This is in the Bible. This is what Christians believe.
Send me the scripture.
It'll take a little bit more time than this.
But
no.
bro.
No, they didn't
I
just see the.
I was
grave.
just at church
No.
on Easter, bro. I had them. The pastor did a great sermon about what they found, and what they found was an empty grave. That's
That's
all.
part of it. That's part of it. But it would have been nothing if no one saw Jesus. The other thing that's crazy about that time is that when the first people who saw Jesus were women. And
Yeah.
at that time,
No, they saw his grave was empty.
no. They saw
Okay.
Jesus. And at that time, you would have never believed a woman. Never.
I
That's
know.
it,
Witchcraft.
for better or for worse. You would have never believed.
I still don't believe in women. No.
No.
Can they even vote? No, I'm just playing.
Where's the
I'm just playing.
TOS? Where's
I'm
the
just playing.
TOS?
I'm not on that Andrew Tate shit.
But no, eyewitnesses is.
Yeah, but
It's a
from
main thing.
2025 years ago.
So Cooley,
But you
just,
believe that the Earth. I mean, you
Cool-
believe in
Cooley just
shit
said,
that's
yeah.
millions of years ago.
yes,
And you're telling
according
me 2,000 years ago isn't believable.
yes, according
Yeah,
to
I feel like
so
billions of years ago is
Corinthians
unbelievable.
15:6,
So that's true. Yeah,
Jesus
I mean,
appeared to more than 500 people
Thank you.
at one
Cooley.
time after his resurrection.
Appreciate you having my back there. But yes, that's
If there's anyone that knows
Cooley's
his shit,
the
he
guy.
does. He
no.
does.
Yeah,
Again,
Cooley's the guy.
that's a staple of the Christian faith. It's no. People saw him, and people died, and not because. And I understand you'll say, well, people died because of all kinds of crazy things. No, people died because of stuff they believed in. You don't die for something that you know is a lie. You don't.
People brainwash people all the time.
That's not That's
No,
not brainwashing.
I
I
would
mean,
consider.
you saw what a certain man with a weird mustache convinced people
Yeah,
to do in
not to.
Germany
Cor-
and died
that's
for
what-
that.
That's what he believed in.
Yeah, okay, and he convinced people to believe in that.
But you don't understand the difference.
I do understand
No.
the difference.
You do not believe. You do not die for something you know is a lie. If they knew that Christ had never rose from the dead, they would not die horrendous.
Do you know what mass hysteria is?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay, you start to say, hey, drinking Gatorade will turn your dick blue.
And then you get
you
100
get-
people.
and
to
you get
believe
100 people
that.
to say that,
Yeah.
and then they pass it around.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we can't drink Gatorade. It'll turn your dick blue. Like
That's something that you believe is true, not something you know is a lie.
I hear
There's a
you,
big difference.
but
in
you
the
can
sense
you can convince people.
okay,
Hey,
hold on.
I really did
I-
see that.
I-
that
Hold
man.
up, hold up.
I think it's personal, and I
If
think it's subjective.
If I drank this Gatorade and I showed you my dick,
and
and it was blue, and it was blue,
I would think you're the
and it was
avatar.
blue, and it was blue, and you saw that it was blue, and someone was gonna kill you because they said my dick wasn't blue. This is an awful example in the sense of it. You
This
would
has
not
gotta be-
you-
we gotta
you
clip
would
this,
not
bro.
die. You would not die for that. You would not get boiled in oil. You would not have them saw you upside down. You would not have them crucify you for what you know is a lie.
It's not what you know; it's what you think you know.
And it's what you believe.
It's what you believe.
But
It's what you have
Hey,
faith
bel-
in.
bel-
It's what they
believe,
do.
believe.
It's what you have faith in.
Faith is
They-
a powerful
they
thing.
bounce, bro.
As-
The disciple, most of the. What's that?
oh, she has a thought.
Send
A
it.
thought. Come on, come over here. Get on.
Come on.
This is Nicole, everybody. Shout out my girlfriend, my beautiful, lovely girlfriend.
This is going to come from nowhere. But if that is true, then how do you justify the Jonestown people who killed themselves?
Which one? Sorry, I'm not.
The
The
who?
people in
You
the
go
cult.
ahead and put these on.
Yeah, feel free to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You said you stand by behind her. And
She's
you give
good
her,
at- she's good
and you
at
give
this
her
kinda
and you
stuff.
give her a massage
Yeah.
and get her going.
No, she's good on this topic. So
Okay, so in the 90s, there was this man who ran a cult and got these people to believe that that if they didn't kill themselves, then they weren't going to heaven, right?
Okay,
So it's like they thought that that was true.
sure. I will say I'm not familiar with the situation.
I didn't know the
Yeah.
name, but I've heard of that
Yeah.
cult that convinced people to commit suicide.
So those
Mhm.
people did die, even though that is objectively not true. Like the person who ran that cult
Mhm.
was like an evil person. He wasn't
Okay.
like so, but he got these people to believe that, right? So
Believe that they should kill themselves.
yes, and they
Okay.
did.
Okay.
to say that you
All at the
couldn't
same
you couldn't
time.
convince you couldn't have one guy convince other people to believe in something, and then the power of belief is something special, because once you believe in something,
Mhm.
and you can draw a line in the sand and you're willing to die on behind that line. You know, I'm not moving past this line. This is where
Definitely.
I die.
Whole bunch of people have died.
I mean,
I think-
I mean,
similar
look at you know, Sharia law. People, you know, killing themselves because they think it's, you know, 9/11, the most evil act, killing thousands of people because of what they think is the right thing to do,
Sure.
Or people
or believe that is the right thing to do.
or people who have, been suicide bombers who die for their country.
Mhm.
People die for things a lot, and they don't necessarily it's not necessarily like rooted in like a fact or something like that. You know what I mean?
Totally. No, I absolutely get where you're coming from. And again, I'm not educated on that specific situation. But again, what I'm trying to distinguish is from what people know is a lie to what they believe in general.
But how do you know they know it's a lie? They just believe it. They believe it. They was presented to them.
It's history, bro. It's eyewitnesses.
So-
If you
No,
go- if you
I
go
believe
back-
Jesus is real.
correct.
Je-
So why do
Jesus,
you believe that?
Jesus is in the history
So-
books,
okay,
not just the Bible.
But-
He's in
okay,
the history books.
correct. And so are his disciples, right?
Those are people.
The guys that walked with him the entire way. And so where I'm trying to make the distinction from, and again, I'm not going to act like I have all the answers of as far as God or religion or philosophy.
Neither do
'cause
I.
Because I
I'm-
don't.
These are
I-
all.
I
these are
don't.
all.
It's-
Educated subject, man. It really
exactly.
is.
But what I'm saying is that there's a difference between me dying for something that I believe in, and there's a difference.
You can touch the
between-
glove, bro.
And there's
If
a
you
difference.
want to grab the
between-
glove, bro, grab it.
It'll bring
Grab it.
You can
Grab
do
it. Go ahead. Grab
And there's
the
a
glove.
difference between me
Grab the
dying and
glove.
something I know for a fact is not real.
But I don't.
Does that at least does the distinction make sense though?
The distinction.
Dab me up, bro.
The distinction makes sense. I
Okay.
just think that there is people who do die every day for things that they don't necessarily like. I mean, people
They
get
believe it. They believe it, but
but
they
it's
don't
not
know.
the truth.
It's not the
I
truth.
agree. I'm
So-
we're
so-
all on the
so
same page there.
You're. So back to my probability thing. I'm not saying that what happened in the Bible, there's not a probability that it could have happened.
Mhm.
But I'm saying that the likelihood that there is another species of shit, it might even be us. It might even be us.
Mhm.
Like
All I had to say.
we left,
Good job, babe.
destroyed the world,
Good.
whatever.
Thank you,
Appreciate you
Nicole.
tuning
Hell
in
yeah.
as well.
I appreciate you added. Hey, you know what? We should have just pulled out the other mic and just had her
No,
on.
that's our bad.
It's
Well, next time we roll it, we'll get her on.
yeah.
She's
But-
real educated on the subjects, and
Cool.
yeah, we like talking about it.
Again, I'm not going to act in any way, shape, or form like I'm God or Jesus. But there's a difference in you believing something, and if you saw me fucking get murked, and then I come back and I'm like, this is the truth. Again, and then people are trying to kill you saying that's not true. If you knew that wasn't true, you wouldn't die for it.
I hear you,
Yeah, I mean,
but I don't.
And
we-
you also wouldn't die in the most horrific ways possible. Majority of the disciples, except maybe one or two, died in the worst possible death. You name
I
it.
hear you.
You're getting dragged by horses through the streets.
that
Getting
boy,
Could-
killed
could-
and all
couldn't-
that
that.
boy
couldn't be-
Job had it rough.
Could oh, that's the book. The book of Job is kind of why, like so I was raised Christian,
Yeah, me too. Catholic, actually.
and the book of Job is probably what. And if you look at an earlier issue,
I gotta take a piss.
okay, go ahead. If you looked at an earlier issue of the podcast, I did like a hood representation of the book of Job. I don't want to do it because I'm much older now, and I don't want to sound ignorant when I describe it. But just to think that like Job was this super faithful man, who had a nice family, he had his crops, he had all this shit, and the devil basically,
Tortured him.
well, yes, but when him and God kind of like had a little,
Pact,
I'm giving you a little, like, he basically was like, yo, I bet if I take this, that, and the third from Job, he won't be faithful to you. And God was like, bet. So then man, I'm not gonna say how I said it the
Okay.
last time.
All right,
We're
all
talking like a decade ago, like when
That's all right.
the first version of the podcast came out. But he basically said bet, and first thing the devil did was take his family.
Mhm.
It might have been the crops.
Yeah, I think
first.
it was the crops first.
Crops first.
Yeah.
Then took his family.
Mhm.
Then took his health.
Then took his health. Yeah.
He was basically like a leper or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And he stayed faithful the whole time. And then when it was all said and done, God won that bet because Job stayed faithful to him.
Yeah.
But all God did was give him his health back in his crops. His
Come
family
on.
was still dead.
Come on, man.
His family was still dead.
Come on.
You're telling me God bet with the purest of evil, with Lucifer?
No.
No, it's terrible. It's terrible.
I really, and then like I said before, I mean, religion, such a sensitive subject. It's so personable and it's so subjective. I mean, it's so, like we were talking about, it's so faith based. Whatever. I mean, I might have faith that jumping off of a bridge might be the best option for me, but
I hope not.
just because, well, just based off faith based. But I like to respect our religions besides Mormonism. And
I pretty
anything
much
besides
respect.
that.
I pretty much respect all religions that don't hurt.
That don't
Uh,
hurt
or,
and don't push it in
others.
your face,
Why?
fucking knocking on your door, dude.
I still respect that religion. I just don't like the people that
yeah,
try
That's
to
fair.
force
That's a fair take.
something that you don't believe in
yeah
or
that's
don't
fair.
want to believe in. And listen, there's no problem there's nothing wrong with trying to get people to.
Do you want to turn this down just a little bit? I'm a little bit closer now.
You're fine.
Okay,
You're not a
all right,
loud
all right.
person. You'll be all
Sweet,
right.
Sweet.
You know, I don't know where the fuck I was at. You could.
I don't know. I really
You're
just
talking
think
about
that
religions. You respect most of them.
Yeah. I respect them, and that's pretty much it. You know.
yeah. I
Only
think that was
thing-
a great
only
topic
thing I'll
too.
say-
That was awesome.
That was, no, that was a great. That was a
That was
great.
awesome.
That was a great discussion
And
that
we
we
even
just
got
had.
the wife chipping in.
No, that
so.
was fantastic. Well, what I will say is that I'm not a big fan of the door knockers either.
No.
The only thing
Have
that,
you found Jesus?
the only thing that
That's
I will
another
say
thing.
in their defense is that if you truly believe something that much and believe that you could save people that way, would you not
Do
knock door to door?
I gotta say something. Do I really look like a Mormon at work? Really?
Some days.
Some days. It's always when I'm wearing the bike helmets that I look like. Because I got the backpack and the bike
Yeah,
helmet.
I'll
So
give you that, but it's all right.
I mean, Jeremy literally handed
Trust
me
me,
a book.
man.
of
I've had to
Mormon.
tell Mormons before to respectfully piss off.
Yeah, have y'all ever had a customer that's like hey, like I'm only gonna buy this car from you if you listen
Hey,
to the word of Jesus.
Let me tell you something. There was a time that religion moved humanity forward.
Yeah, for sure.
It really did.
Still does.
It gave us
can't- yeah,
it gave us
yeah.
morals. It
Hey,
gave
we
us
got a- we got an
it
American
gave
Pope, brother.
you
Come
know
on.
American Pope.
like the Ten Commandments. Those are like
Yeah, the
those are like
philosophy's
those are
amazing.
great things to follow. Like
Yeah,
So
the
you
philosophy is
agree,
amazing.
You agree in general that listening to the Bible, whether you believe in it or not,
It's a good
will
thing.
typically
Yes.
benefit your life
Yes.
more times rather than not. at
Me-
least.
me
so
personally,
whether I
yes.
believe it's a story or if I believe it's to be like a historical fact are two different
Yeah,
things. But
definitely.
just because something's a story doesn't mean you can't benefit from.
Right.
I could read Harry Potter
Dude,
and learn things from it, like experiences.
Sure.
You know. But I'm not. I'm.
Sure.
It's hard
I mean,
it's messed
Yeah.
up to compare.
I mean,
the
you
Bible.
won't get like direct how to live your life comparisons, but sure, I get the general.
I mean, I watch
you know.
movies. I watch movies, and I find compare like things to live your. So like, I'll give you an example. My favorite, and it's a hot take here. My favorite of the Dark Knight series is Dark Knight
Begins. Oh,
Rises, not Batman Begins. Dark Knight Rises. So there's a part in that movie where Bruce Wayne, Batman, is stuck in a hole, a cave, in the middle of the desert while his city's being destroyed. It's like a form of mentally breaking Batman. He already Bane physically beat Batman. Now he's trying to mentally break him, and he puts him in this impossible situation where he can't get out. So like there's this climb he can do, and then he has to jump to grab. So like the thing about Batman is he's fearless. Okay? Do you know the difference between fearless and brave?
Brave is knowing that you're screwed and doing it anyway, and fearless is more ignorant.
Being fearless, you have nothing to like excite you to make you push through. You're just numb to it. So it wasn't until Batman took the rope off that was like his safety net. He went from being because there's nothing to fear because you got something to catch you by him jumping with just the rope on. So what I got from it is that he took the rope off and he made that impossible jump.
Yeah.
Because if he missed, he's dead.
Yeah.
So what I got from that is be brave, not fearless. Knowing the difference between being brave and fearless.
Sure.
So that stuck with me, even to this day, and that's part of the reason why that's my favorite of that
Sure.
series.
Well, let's keep it rolling. That was good. That was good.
Should we
Subject.
finish this?
Yeah,
off
go ahead,
a
finish it
little?
off. Finish it off.
That's
You
okay?
need something?
I'll take a little bit of Henny.
I'll
Not
get
too
you a
much.
shot.
Just a wee bit. So that was funny. Is that last topic was best alien movie.
and
that's how that ended. That's how it all came to
Hey,
fruition.
bro,
Dude,
I love
We're rolling at an
No,
hour
th-
40. This is awesome.
Yeah, it was
This
long,
is
but it's
fucking
good.
awesome.
That is productive.
Yeah, that was good.
Talk right
I
there.
loved that.
Regardless,
This
so,
whole thing is freaking dope, guys.
Um,
Actually, I appreciate y'all inviting me on.
No-
here.
no-
This
no
is-
problem,
this is
bro.
Awesome sauce.
You're my rook. You're
yeah,
my rook. I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah, yeah.
I want your guys' Mount Rushmore of aliens.
Go ahead. Do you need time? Because I can go.
Yeah, you go ahead.
All right. Gotta go ET. ET.
respect that.
ET's. Damn.
Wasn't-
fuck
I haven't taken it yet. Wasn't gonna put it on my list, but I respect it.
y'all. So ET phone home. Number 2, the Xenomorph from Alien.
Okay.
Fucking long head, mouth opens. That's the Xenomorph. I mean, that's one of the most iconic aliens.
Yeah.
Predator.
Damn. All right. Well,
Hey,
there
I
goes
was-
mine.
I wanted to put that on there, but I didn't.
He's. I mean, that's pretty fucking iconic.
Again, I had
And
the best
then,
alien movie,
and then- and
Prey, which is a
and-
Predator movie.
And then I go to my childhood and I go Marvin the Martian.
All right. Nice.
Classic.
Nice. All right. Mine's got to be Mars Attack. The one with the big glass head. Xenomorph. Pretty classic. And like I said before, I got to go Paul.
Paul.
Got to
Okay.
go Paul.
Is that from
3?
American Dad?
No, it's from the
Oh,
movie
that's
Paul.
Roger.
Roger.
But that's a
Roger.
fucking
That
great.
is a great one.
that is
I
a
love
great
Roger.
That is a
one.
great one.
I love
That
Roger.
is such a fuck, dude. I'm low-key kind of pissed I didn't have that in mind. I got Stitch. from
Nice.
Lilo
Oh
and
my
Fuck
Stitch.
yeah, dude.
God,
I'm so
love
excited
it,
for the live
love it.
action.
Stitch,
I'm
bro.
so
Love
excited
Stitch.
for
Excited for
live
that
action.
too.
Experiment 626 all
Yep.
day.
Yes, sir.
I got Mar-
Ohana means family.
Yeah.
Family means
Oh,
no
Hana
one gets
means
love you.
family.
I got Marvin,
Yeah,
of course,
he's-
classic
Nice.
childhood
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looney
Yeah.
Tunes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Give me Yoda, bro.
Dude, what is I
Oh,
doing,
what am I
bro?
Doing, bro.
What was I doing?
Spock. How did I not do Spock?
So I was thinking Spock. I'm just not that big into. Star
I'm not.
Trek.
I'm not. But he's
Yeah,
an
yeah,
alien.
And then give me the Doctor from Doctor Who, bro.
Nice,
And I know you
nice.
guys might not be into
Uh,
Doctor Who.
No,
Uh,
no. I actually, I don't know if I can send you a picture.
Damn, I could have gone like Guardians of the Galaxy,
Mhm.
like all kind.
Uh,
Rocket Raccoon,
Rocket, bro, or
It's technically-
Drax.
Drax.
Drax, bro.
Yeah,
That was me at like 12. years
Gamora.
old.
Oh my god, bro, you're like the
Mantis.
11th
Yeah,
Doctor.
bro.
Mantis. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So yeah,
Thanos, the greatest alien ever.
Oh,
you could
jeez.
have gone Thanos.
Yeah, no,
All
I like
kinds
my
of-
list. I like my
All
list.
kinds of different ways you could have gone.
But that other one with the quarterback, we'll say that for another week. Okay, we'll say that for next week. All right. Wow, your lady is present. Don't get upset. Celebrity crush.
Celebrity crush. Damn, can I have two?
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go Sabrina Carpenter #1
Okay.
right now. Sydney Sweeney, classic.
That's always been
That,
mine.
Classic.
he loves Sydney
Classic.
Sweeney.
classic. And that's just like the nowadays. That's like the modern day
Tits
Marilyn
and teeth.
Monroe. Sure.
Tits and teeth.
Yeah. I'm actually more of an ass man myself.
I'm just saying Sydney Sweeney's tits and teeth. She is pretty. She is
She
pretty.
is gorgeous.
She's pretty.
They're both.
You know who I really like? I don't know if any of y'all have seen the Thunderbolts recently. But Florence Pugh.
Oh,
I like
Florence
her a
Pugh,
lot. I like
yes.
her a lot. I don't know if she's not in GOAT status, like she's not, Scarlett Johansson or anything like that, but she's
Her and Harry Styles did a great job in that one movie.
you're talking about
Um,
where it's like they're in like a simulation almost.
yeah, what's it called, babe? The Florence Pugh and Harry Styles.
They're like in a simulation.
Yeah, they're like in a simulation. I don't know what
and,
it's
and
called.
she like discovers that everything's not real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
It's such a good
I thought
movie,
it-
though.
so,
Such a good
like,
movie.
they kind of missed. I understand why it got a bad critic score because like they missed on some things, but it's such a cool concept.
Yeah, it's a good concept.
Yeah,
that's
good
for sure.
concept. You got words of wisdom
I
for
got
us?
us, man. It's been a good podcast, I will say. We ran way over what we usually do, but I think it was good.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun.
It was
That
worth it.
so
I haven't
fun.
been that excited in a podcast in a while, and that's probably because I haven't been drinking on the pod. But
Yeah.
like, it was good. It was
A
good
couple
stuff.
drinks will do it, man. So, words of wisdom: don't be sad it's over. Be glad it happened.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Don't be sad. It's
Man,
over. Be glad. it
I
happened.
love that. That's
Yeah.
that's
That's
beautiful.
actually
And there's a
fucking
lot
sick.
of you can you know
Apply it to so many things.
so many things.
Yeah.
So
Don't be
yeah,
sad it's over, be
that's what I
glad it
say. You
happened.
know, life goes on. You get sad that certain people move away or that life goes on, but you're only sad because it was good.
Yeah.
So be glad it happened.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that is.
That's beautiful.
Way to take us home. Do you want to say any closing thoughts, or if you want to say, if you want people to follow you, if you're a gamer, if you're
Plug your stuff.
plug
bro.
your plugs.
Yeah,
how
man, I mean,
how can
I
I
got
reach?
a good Instagram. I mean, obviously, just started car sales. So if y'all need a car, come see me at Phil Long.
Yeah,
Chapel
but
Hills,
see me
Florida.
first.
Yeah, definitely see. I don't know after 3 months. After that 3 months, my name's
Yeah.
Brendan Boss, but my
don't
handle
appraise
is Brendan
vehicles,
underscore
I appraise
Boss 23.
vehicles.
If y'all want to hit me up on Instagram,
Hey,
that's-
If you want to buy a car, sell your car, go see this
go
man.
see
over-
Chili.
If you want to buy a
Go see
car,
Chili.
Top
you
dollars,
can come to
top
either of us, and it'll still go to me.
Hey,
So hey,
we price aggressively.
we do.
Yeah,
We're
we do.
we're really good.
Prices change daily. Okay.
But this is the Awesome Life podcast. This has been a blast. Thank you.
Hell yeah,
Brandon.
dude. Thank you guys.
I am
This
Mr.
has
been
Phoenix.
awesome.
Go chili.
We out.
And we're gonna grind to the sun up, sun up. All we wanna do is turn up, turn up. And we're gonna grind to the sun up, sun up. All we wanna do is turn up, turn up. And we're gonna grind to the sun up, sun up. All we wanna do is turn up, turn up. And we're gonna grind to the sun up, sun up.